Hey.
What?
Who wants to motherfucking blow this motherfucker up, bro?
I mean, dude, Troy said he has truth bombs.
I have truth bombs.
It's crazy because there's absolutely nothing true about this movie.
You are now listening to a seminal moment in film history. You're listening to the something-teenth Cinematographilogically
Holy
Speaking
shit.
podcast. Now, you may detect a different tone, a different atmosphere. You're right. Because today we're dropping truth bombs.
We're getting serious for the first time.
This is
We're doing a non-linear podcast.
This is a non-linear podcast. Anyway, podcast. This is.
Let's begin at the beginning.
I think it's probably best to start this podcast in the middle, and then come back to the beginning, and then make our way back at the middle.
Like a temporal pincer.
Yeah.
We need a temporal pincer maneuver.
Pincer your mind in this
podcast.
podcast.
Dude, it's a Twilight podcast.
Yeah, what is
Someone
the
will
phrase?
start at
Something
the end of the
Twilight, blah blah
ideas.
blah.
Yeah, it's a sorry Twilight Shadow Hunger.
Yes,
It's something like
something about Minecraft. So
Creepers.
this week we're talking about
Creepers blew up my house.
we're talking about Tenet. We're talking about Tenet. Christopher Nolan, 2020 science fiction action thriller, cosmic horror maybe film.
Cosmic horror.
One
just throwing
thing
it
that's
in there.
aggravating is that it's labeled as science fiction when clearly it's just science.
Anyway, so yeah, we watched it, and we'll do opening thoughts. I have the biggest truth bombs prepared.
Truth nuke.
Truth algorithms.
Truth fat boy.
Truth algorithms.
Yeah, truth algorithms.
Dude, we're gonna have a truth, but like
have a
scattered.
truth holocaust.
We're gonna have a truth scattered about this podcast.
Yeah, some of these.
And then it's up to you,
what
the
you
listener.
don't know is that the truth is always moving in reverse.
Well,
And
that's
actually,
The problem with our truth is it's so powerful. We have to chop it up and hide it.
hide
Hide
it.
it at negative 20 decibels inside this podcast. So if you actually want to know what's going on,
too.
you're gonna have to play this. You're gonna have to download the
You have
podcast,
to, download it.
pump it through Audacity, and pump volume up to like 700%,
And then play it in
Yeah.
reverse.
and play it in reverse.
Play it in reverse. And not only that, you have to be underwater. You have to be underwater. And you have to shove it up your ass or something. You have to do something awful or something like that.
All right, John is actually up first on today's docket.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
okay.
Really change of pace here.
This movie really does not make a lot of sense. I mean, like it's like logically consistent or whatever in some ways. Like the way it it tries to be logically consistent anyways. And there's a way in which you can watch the movie in which you feel as though it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, this movie is stupid, and the only way to watch it and not get angry is to follow the woman's advice when she explains the reverse entropy thing, and she says, "Don't think about it, just feel it."
Yeah.
And then you get you get to watch these based reverse, also forwards action sequences. You're gonna watch a building blow up and then unblow up at the same time.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's pretty fun to watch. It's also very easy to make fun of. As far as Christopher Nolan goes, not a surprise, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's shot on IMAX. That's kind of
Yeah, but
that's kind of cool.
looks like crap
And we
on HBO
watch it,
Max.
and we watch it
Yeah,
on
let's-
god awful, and we watch it on god awful quality
Yeah,
on
did
HBO
anybody
Max.
else-
I actually think it wasn't that bad. I thought it was just vanilla
My-
1080p.
No, my
Okay.
my version was not. I was not getting a bunch of artifacts in the shadows. As,
mine looked okay. My
I
monitor's
think
kind of crap.
I think you were getting bottlenecks because you watched it during a time when a lot of people are watching movies or something.
Probably, unironically, could have been. Yeah, I think it was a bitrate issue on HBO's side. I mean, and I also think it cleared up like halfway through.
Yeah, there's no
But
way.
early on,
yeah.
it was super awful.
There's no way you have bad internet. It's HBO.
Yeah, it's
Dude,
HBO.
if you look it up, no. I tested with like Netflix and stuff,
Uh-huh.
and Netflix was working
No,
fine
Troy,
because I was so
okay,
appalled by it.
Troy, listen, I have bad internet. I have really bad
Yeah, you
internet,
suck.
and it looked fine for me. And do you want to know why? It's because I watched it on a Sunday morning when no
That
one
is
is
so
going to be watching
cringe.
Tenet.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine thinking my internet is so bad it can't stream a 1080p movie? Do you really think my internet's that bad? Like, that's how bad you're talking about my internet.
I want to hear your opening
All right,
thoughts,
all right.
but I just want to point
Are
out
you
that
talking
for
bad
the
about
audience at
people's
home,
internet?
there might be kids watching. We have to just at least point out that you shouldn't watch movies in the morning. You
Yeah.
should watch them at night.
Dude, I've watched so many of the movies for this podcast in
Look,
the morning.
That's why
Watching
you
movies in the
invent
morning
scores.
is based.
That's
what-
why.
like,
That's
what
why
else-
in the long run
you're
you're
gonna-
not the champion.
Listen, you're going to be using that time to do absolutely jack shit, and so why
true.
don't you watch a movie, eh?
Look, as long as it's after your cuppa. If you're watching this movie before your cuppa,
Oh no, of course not. That's
okay,
no.
all right.
You watch
all
it
right.
during your cuppa, dude.
Here we go.
Watching
Here's
it
my
during
opening
cuppa.
thoughts. Here's my Steven's cold open. Yeah, I mean Nolan did his thing. You know, we all knew what we were signing up for. You knew when you walked into the theaters, you listener. You knew you were walking in to an absolute mind fuck. You were gonna blow yourself up, your brains out, because this movie was gonna blow your own brains out.
Yeah.
Look, all jokes aside, I actually found it fun in the way that playing the campaign of a Call of Duty game can be fun. But I also found it lacking in the way that playing Call of Duty campaigns just feels ultimately just like you're having some fun
Call
or
of
something
Duty
like
the
that.
movie.
Like, it was cool. There's some things to talk about, I guess. I think it was I'm pretty annoyed with the audio early on because it was like difficult to even understand what they were saying, and I was like, why this doesn't serve any like this just
Dude, whoever did
could've
the
done
fucking
better
mixing,
audio.
whoever
Yeah,
did the
mixing
fucking
for
audio
dialogue,
level,
yeah.
dude, needs to be fired, man.
Dude, this is no, listen, like a bunch of people got angry about it, you know? I mean, I don't know if you've seen any of that.
I've seen it, yeah.
Christopher Nolan was all like,
It's on purpose.
it's on
Yeah,
purpose.
yeah.
It was
And
to
so then
facilitate
everybody, that means that
mishearings.
everyone can shut the hell up.
It was to facilitate mishearings or something like that. Or I don't know.
Yeah,
But like,
I don't know.
Then how come Christopher
it
Nolan
do-
let me
it's-
watch it with subtitles then?
well, one problem with this
True.
whole mishearings hypothesis is that why is he going through such extreme extents to like explain the logic or something like that, or like make like keep things be consistent, and yet like want to facilitate mishearings. It seems like if
Because-
you're gonna facilitate mishearings, just go all the way. Look,
It's because he doesn't, he wants you, he knows deep down that it is not logically consistent.
Yeah, it, like
And he
that
wants
just
you to
doesn't
think
really
it
make a whole
is.
lot of sense.
So he's going to.
I hope that's true. I really do, and I don't think it's impossible. But like I don't know. I can't tell just by the movie. I'd have to chat with Nolan, have a couple drinks, and get him to really tell me
Yeah,
what he was
maybe.
thinking. But we're here at the podcast. I'll finish my opening thoughts with this. Here at the podcast, we got to talk about the movie. Okay, not the director. We're talking about this movie. We can bring the director in. We can bring him in, but we can't say that he's trying to do. Look, we talk about the movie and we talk about the director, but we don't talk about the movie as the director or something like that.
Well, can
We can't do that. I mean,
can
I'm
we
just
at
saying.
least-
I'm just saying, just to be consistent with like how we try to talk about like Hanukkah sometimes or something. I don't know.
Can we at least discuss a little bit? Like we can try to ponder
Oh, yeah.
on how
I'm
on how the mirror works.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
the
yeah.
up down,
Yeah.
but it's not left right.
Yeah.
You know, doesn't. You
Oh, that
explain
was a Nolan
atheist.
quote?
Yeah.
Wait, that was a Nolan quote? Dude,
Explain
so
it,
funny.
atheist.
So
Yeah,
funny, dude.
explain it.
All right. Next up, we got who?
Troy.
The Truth
None
Nader.
other than.
The
Who are
Truth
you?
Nader.
None other than Troy.
Okay. Before we get to my ultimate take, Okay, just kidding. This movie, awesome.
So true.
This movie was awesome, dude. This movie was awesome. It was fun. It looked really good. I liked the vibe. Whoever did the audio should be killed. I don't know. I don't have their address, but no, but really,
Killed in Minecraft.
yeah, Minecraft. Like find their address and like what chunk, you know, what chunk they're living on, and like TNT.
And then-
What's your Z?
What's your Z? No, for real. I don't know. The audio thing is interesting because, like, I almost feel like I could get what he means. You know, he's going for like mishearings and like to kind of facilitate this type of CIA thing I want to talk about more. But I thought the movie was really fun. I thought it looked really good. I thought it was like, I thought it was actually really fun. Yeah. I mean, I don't really disagree with Steven's take. It's, you know, is this empty? Yes. Is it vacuous? Yes. Is it really fun? Yes.
Yeah, it's
Really, I thought it was really fun. It reminded me of like watching, you know, I just used to, you know, growing up watch a ton of movies like, not like this, but like, nothing like this serious. But, you know, like really fun action movies. But I liked the whole inverted stuff. I thought that was really fun. Of course, it's like silly, but I found myself. I actually thought it was going to be more confusing than it was. Like I thought everyone was talking about it. I thought it was going to be like way more confusing than Inception, which I guess it was. But
It was.
But I never found myself really lost for more than like a second or two. Things added up. So I enjoyed it. Really fun and noteworthily. I'm sure there are better movies for it, but it's the first one that comes to mind when I think of like a good portrayal of like the intelligence community and the way like operations happen and stuff like this, because as a former CIA agent, you know, it really matches up to my own experience. But I thought the whole CIA intelligence world and the way all of that was done seemed the most accurate to me that I've seen.
like you mean preventing? You mean like operating under the radar and preventing disasters as opposed
No,
to
not exactly.
getting
Like the
credit or
way
what?
the way operations are planned and conducted, and the way like connections occur, and like the way they talk. Like I'm thinking mostly like when with the plane, you know, they're gonna crash the plane into the thing they need to get into, and blah blah blah. This isn't like modern CIA, right? And I'm not. I'm not.
Wait, what are you talking? Wait, based on what?
No, okay.
Like,
Based
what do
on
you
what?
mean?
Like
Go on,
it's
go on,
based.
go on. What do you mean? Go on.
It's
What are you
based.
saying?
Like
What are you saying? What are you saying
I'm
here?
thinking of like, you know, like 1940s to 1970s
Like
CIA,
Bay of
classic
Pigs?
CIA stuff.
Bay of Pigs type thing.
Yeah, like Bay of Pigs stuff, like where the operations are like half private, half governmental, and and it's like, you know, I don't know. I enjoyed the way that whole situation was portrayed, where like people are actively misled into thinking they're playing roles that they're not, only to be revealed, but only so as to continue to like deceive and like just like the main
Okay.
character, right?
Okay.
He's the protagonist,
Okay.
like he's called the protagonist, but it's a joke, right? But then it's revealed that he actually isn't, and that's a
Yeah.
surpage. Like there's all these other people in the end. And
Troy,
like,
Troy,
hold on, I'm
Troy,
not done
these
here. I'm
takes-
not done here.
Okay, I'm
in
just
the final
saying-
battle, right? There's all the people,
Right.
and they're right. It turns
They all
out
get
they're
lied.
all just
Yeah.
like him, right? They all have come from this thing or something like this, but he actually is a protagonist. Blah blah blah. And then like I like when they're playing the plane and they're like kill civilians. Well, just a couple. You know, we just throw them out of the building. You know, whatever.
Like I was gonna try and stop you before you got too hot because these takes were blistering and they should be expanded.
They're not
upon
that
more
blistering.
Before my opening thoughts.
Okay.
True.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm going off a little hot. But anyway, that's my thing.
Yeah.
I thought the movie was really fun. It's obviously vacuous, but I thought it was really fun and I liked it.
Yeah, my comparison was kind of like watching like a really fun, silly Joe Rogan podcast where some like guy who's just talking all this like nonsense and just going off about all this crazy stuff. And you kind of don't take it too seriously, but it's just a lot of fun to just watch him just kind of go off and talk about just weird stuff. That was my experience with it. I feel like this would be like Elon Musk's favorite movie or something like that. So, yeah, I guess that's it. I agree with what everybody else said. It was pretty fun, but ultimately vacuous.
Listen, man, movies don't always have to have a meaning. Okay, what? You want a movie to teach you something all the time?
Yeah.
Chad, yes.
All right, here's the thing that really hits. Okay, here's what matters. Okay, I'm gonna lay it down for you right now.
Okay.
Okay.
What is Tenet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Explain to me what, not the movie,
Yeah,
but like
no, listen.
within the
I'll do
movie,
it.
what is
I'll
Tenet?
do
It's
it.
a
I'll do it for you
palindrome.
right now. No. Yeah, it goes backwards and forwards the same, and it's some future intelligence organization, basically, or like operations wing or something, that the dude founds. That basically they use the what are they? I don't remember what they call them, but the thing that makes you go back in time. They basically just use those to do like
Inversion. Yeah.
Yeah, they use the inversion or whatever. That's the whole idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait.
They're the secret people keeping us all safe by doing the things
Bomb
that
that didn't go off.
we don't want to know about. The bomb that didn't go off.
That's when they can change the world.
Let's go CIA.
Also noteworthy, right? Tenet is like in a reference to the Seder Square, which is some like archaic, thing they dug up in Pompeii or something, and it contains it's like it's a 5x5 of letters, and one of the words is Sator. Isn't that like the name of the guy?
That's the main villain enemy.
Main villain is Sator. It contains a repo. Is that in it? It contains Tenet. It contains opera. And then
Okay.
the last word is rotas.
Opera.
to rotate.
Operative.
So Sator means sower, planter, founder, progenitor.
Progenitor.
Progenitor. Thank you, Stephen. Anyway, so
Okay.
so it's a reference
wanna-
like this object to it. But we should
How
go
about
through the
this?
movie plot by plot as we experience it and explain for the audience everything that happened.
Okay, I want to bring up
Okay.
two things. Okay, one thing before anybody addresses it. Let me ask both questions before either one gets addressed. First one is the opening shot literally just a vehicle to? Does it bear any impact on the story other than to prove his allegiance? Like it's this vehicle to prove his allegiance to the CIA or to like humanity because he's willing to die.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
so.
Okay. Second question is isn't the future like dog shit? Isn't the future like hell, and that's like why Seder wants to end the world?
Global warming.
Yeah.
Right, like it's a climate crisis
yeah.
situation, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So like they're preserving the future that they already know is hell,
Yep.
right? Okay,
Wait.
as long as we're on the same page.
No.
there.
Wait, what?
Yes, the future
Yeah.
that where they all
man.
exist and the world does
Yeah.
not end is a climate disaster hellscape.
Yes.
Is that
it's
true or false?
Yes. Apparently, it's very bad due to climate change.
Or something. It's just something climate oriented.
Climate oriented.
Things are hell, like Water's Rose. I think gets mentioned.
Yeah, and the people identified as being responsible are us.
Right. And so that's the future we've got to look forward to, right?
Yes.
That's like, there's no other future being presented, and he hasn't done anything to make that future not happen, right?
Correct. It's a battle
Okay.
between generations across
Okay,
time.
all right. Okay, all right. That's it. I just wanted to make sure that I was understanding it and that something wasn't over my head. So the ending is super non-optimistic. Call it faith.
Yeah.
Which is what he says.
No,
but-
it's not faith. It's reality. And then he walks away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. What's happened.
That was awesome.
What happens is happening.
What happens happens. What's
Well,
happened,
whatever has happened is happening somewhere in time.
Yeah.
You just have to go back.
Dude,
Wait,
there's
what's
so
happening?
many parts of the film where
Something
I'm
that
like,
happened.
or I was like trying to like think. I was like, hold on a second. So they're going in past, but they're fighting in the future. But the bullet, and I'm sitting there like trying to work this out in my stupid head. and I got over it. Like,
I don't
fast.
get how inverted bullets works.
Like,
I don't
I
get.
know.
No, it literally makes no. When she's
it
like,
literally can't make sense.
It totally makes sense. Look.
It gets used incorrectly.
Troy,
I didn't
Troy.
look.
Many times.
I didn't.
Go on, go
I
on.
didn't. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do
Explain
it.
it.
But I guess I'm gonna be the guy who totally
Yeah.
understands everything about this.
Blow
film.
it up for me, dude.
Yeah, let's
Drop
hear
the
it.
bomb.
What do you want to know? I don't get it.
Okay.
Explain how like a bullet can be inverted.
Oh no, this is gonna be terrible.
like explain how, for instance, the inverted bullets. It literally doesn't.
Yeah.
Bro,
So
dude,
in the
I gotta put like a
combat scenario,
timer on
you
this
have
conversation
inverted
or
teams.
something like that.
You have like
dude.
these inverted teams,
Yeah.
like in the final siege, and one of them does the reverse bazooka or something like that.
Yes.
There's like a reverse inverted bazooka.
Yes.
And like,
Oh, the
What
building
does that
where
mean?
like the building
What
uncollapses just for them to time it right to shoot the building. That part I didn't get. I don't get why they were trying to blow up the building.
no. Oh, is that how?
Sorry, whatever.
I thought that the inversion. So like, if you get hit by an inverted bullet, that means that the bullet had already been fired, going forward at some point, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
the bullet's history is such that at some point it got fired at someone, and then that person got inverted, got put between that bullet and a gun.
No, not,
Dude, it
not,
literally
no, not
doesn't make sense.
necessarily.
It
Not
literally-
necessarily.
But remember, you
inverted.
could change the past.
'Cause-
You could change the past. Apparently,
Yeah.
if you like.
But it's
So, like-
but it's still deterministic. Is the
But
thing,
it's still
'cause-
already
What about free
happened.
will?
Yeah. What about? Yeah, that's
You
what I was
shot
gonna say.
it,
What about
right?
for
God,
you?
that was so
insane.
Yeah, the
Well,
video.
yeah, but listen
like,
to this.
funny thing.
Listen to this. Here's okay. Listen to this. There's a
Yeah,
part in the like final battle scene where a rocket. So this person is inverted,
Yeah.
and a rocket gets shot back into it or whatever.
Yeah,
And
that
then
was
they're like,
crazy.
and then they're like, we got to take him out.
Yeah.
And so they kill him, which means that he never shot the damn rocket.
Yeah, I don't.
No,
I mean, no.
Because the people who are inverted are doing things in reverse.
No, but he
So,
already
but
shot
they-
it though.
Even from their own so they are in reverse. So they
So
have to
from
do
their
things,
perspective, he
so they,
already
so they have
died.
to do things in reverse, so that they happen in forward for people who are in forward.
Okay,
who aren't
okay.
inverted, you know?
So reverse the scenario then, because I'm sure that this happened in the battle
the
scene.
term is invert.
That everyone who's going forwards, the world's going forwards.
Yeah.
They shoot
Yeah.
a rocket, and then a guy is like, that's going backwards, and is like, wait, kill that guy, and then they kill him, and then he didn't shoot the rocket.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Okay, here's the other thing.
Okay, hold on.
Here's-
We
watch
gotta
it
break
again
down this
backwards.
situation. We gotta break.
And then I got it.
I think
Let's put a magnifying
every.
glass on
I
this
just
rock.
want to make one blanket claim that the use of inversion in guns was extremely inconsistent, and the ramifications of the problems of combat. Like, I just did not understand the final assault at all. I love the music. The music was badass.
Yeah,
You
the
know how
music
it
was so
good.
tight.
It switched to the
Music was
really
so
good.
tight, dude.
when you look at the inverted team that's like doing their march down the hill. It's like whoop, 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 whoop. Like, it has like a tone. The music changes every time it would pan to them, and it would be like this cool like reverse string or synth that like sound fucking badass, and then it would pan to the forward team, and it's like a traditional like battle music, you know. So I just thought that was cool. I mean, it was a cool scene. It really doesn't make sense though.
Okay,
like,
wait,
it
let me say-
really doesn't make sense.
Here's one thing. Here's another thing. So if you are to fight yourself as he does, because he's fighting himself, that means that he knows he's survived. Meaning that if you, I don't know, on second viewing, the fight is only cool because they're fighting, even because you know, I don't know. I mean, like the tension, like being worried about characters and stuff when they're fighting.
Yeah,
And
right.
there is
It
a
dissolves.
reverse version of themselves somewhere
Yeah,
is
they already fought
gone
it.
because
Yeah.
you know that they survive.
Yeah, there was a problem with that. And I get like Nolan knows, so I'm sure that it's understood that to create tension when you already know it's going to happen, for instance, this fight scene, you know, we already saw that all, you know, we've already seen that whole heist scene, you know, with the combat and there's someone in here with us, you know, that whole like dynamic. To create tension when you truly know it's going to happen, I mean, it can be done and it's done in other movies without this whole time reversal idea, you know? But, like, it's hard to do, and it really didn't happen for me. Like, I really had no tension personally during those scenes, you know? Like, I didn't...
Which scenes?
The scenes of him, like, in hand-to-hand combat when they're both wearing the suit, or one's wearing the suit, you know, and he's fighting himself.
Which one? The first or the second time?
The second time, because we already know that...
Yeah, the second time you know it's going to happen. But the tension... Sorry, go on.
Well, yeah, the only tension would be what he gets unmasked, because if they see each other, something awful can happen, you know?
Well, you know...
Or something like that?
Yeah, you know that's not going to happen, though. I feel like the tension... I feel like that... In my mind, I found it a lot less tense than the first time around, for sure. The first time, it was so fun when they were, like, breaking into the vault and doing all this stuff, and then the fight, I'm like, whoa! You know? Yeah. But on the second time, I guess the tension revolves around, like, even though I guess you know he makes it into... You know he's going to make it back into the machine that reverts him or whatever?
Yeah.
So I guess the tension operates around him trying to get there in time, right? Like, oh, cool fight, you know, it's just kind of fun to watch, and you're just kind of... Yeah, it's kind of some kind of, like, pornography of the concept, you know? Because it's not like tension, it's just like, ooh, watch this idea play out for a while, and I'll just enjoy myself watching it. Which I guess I don't know if that's...
I think it's also trying to be like an extended reveal. Like, you know how a scene that could be short and it's like powerful is like this brief reveal where you realize, oh my god, forward, backward, it makes sense or something. And this is like just a super elongated form of that reveal idea.
Yeah.
But it just, I mean, the reveal can't work like that. It like it necessarily like loses some like powerful quality of what a reveal can do, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Also, he's, you know, I thought it was cringe that he's willing to take a cyanide pill for his country or whatever, but he'll like hand away the fucking tools to some woman just because, like, I guess he had some way to fall in love with her briefly.
He didn't.
What? He handed the dude the thing.
No,
he
didn't.
He threw it across.
No, he didn't throw it across. He threw the actual device, got thrown into the car in the middle. And then he threw him an empty case. Remember? That was the whole thing about... Because then he inverts himself and gets in the car and drives backward and ends up being the car between the two cars.
I thought he just died when he inverted, and it was like a really pathetic and accomplished nothing.
What?
Remember?
No, he didn't.
Yes, because it's like this explosion.
Well, it's an explosion. Get it.
He wakes up because it's like this reverse heat thing. It's like you're.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I didn't get that part.
Well, but my point is, I thought he accomplished nothing, but he was the car in the middle. He's the green car.
I don't know.
Remember driving in reverse.
I remember the color, but I know that
silver.
Yeah. He's the car. He's the silver car in between. But I'm just saying that he didn't throw him the nuclear device. He tried to separate he threw the device into the car in the middle and threw the case to the guy. Yeah. But then it ends up being fruitless because the
car crashes.
Yeah, he tries to go back and get it, and the guy just basically like tracks him down or whatever, figures it out. Whatever.
Yeah,
sure,
but okay, can I... Dude, the woman is such an awful character.
I hate her. Yeah, she sucks.
Yeah, she's really evil.
She's the worst. She's the worst.
She's horribly unlikable, and her only redeemable trait is I'm a mother. And even then, you don't even get to see her relationship.
And you never even get to see her be a mother either.
Yeah, you don't get to see her.
True like connection to her.
Yeah, you get no contact. You get no reason to like her besides she claims she likes her child or whatever.
Hold on,
I don't really know why. I don't really know why he was like so gung ho on like trying to save her, and like he was like giving up the bomb thing or whatever the fuck.
Or at least
he didn't.
Like
try and save her.
Right.
No, but he did.
No, he didn't.
Something.
No, he didn't.
In a way.
Okay.
No.
She caused him.
Right.
She caused him to make mistakes.
Yeah, she causes him to make mistakes.
That's enough. Yeah.
Right.
But
he doesn't blatantly give up the thing. Right. But like the thing the problem that emerges because he's trying to save her is effectively the same level of problem. It just wasn't like he handed the dude the device, you know? It wasn't as blatant as that. It was once removed, you know?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, I think you guys I think you guys are taking it a little easy on this character. She is the worst. So stupid. One, she's bad. She's like literally a bad person. Two,
wait, in what way?
Bad.
Describe why.
The ending. She literally because
she dooms the world.
I can't stand to see him win knowingly knowingly does something that she thinks, or I thought you'd figure something out, but she's been told that if you do that,
that's
literally
really
the
evil.
entire world will die. And she's like, oh, I can't take this. I can't make you think you won.
Yeah.
Right? And no one cares about their dynamic. You feel a little bad for her because she's like imprisoned, and it's pretty epic when she gets like beat up or whatever. Like that makes you feel bad, but like who cares? I'm a mom. What about my son? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And it's like, who cares?
The fate of the world.
Yeah, the fate of the world is on the table. Why should I possibly care about this girl? I wish she got shot in the head in like the first 5 minutes so I can start to focus on what matters, and that's the humanity.
I was really bummed
Oh my
when I realized that she was going to be a central character. I thought she was just going to be like the way in to meet a villain, and then I didn't even think that villain was the main villain. I really thought the main villain would be like Robert Pattinson's character or someone else in Tenet, some real based, intelligent, crazy, like conniving person.
It's just this guy.
Instead, it's just this Russian dude, and like
but I like
it's just
that.
this kind of weird, annoying, kind of evil.
I like that.
I don't think I only liked it from a comedic perspective because like it wasn't. He didn't ever feel like a mastermind. He just seemed like kind of evil.
No, he's pretty good. No, he's evil. No, I agree. He's not. I agree with all that, but I like it because it's like an inverted Bond film, or just like any of these million like CIA, Mission Impossible, whatever. Right? It's like I like this one in comparison to that, just because it seems more realistic and just that like. In general, it's just people, like you meet this person, it's actually this person, you make some connection. Like it's not just like this, he's still like a real big bad guy, but he's not like, you never get that. Yeah, I agree that you think that he's like 3 degrees away. Like you're going to continue to meet people. You meet the Mumbai person, and then he gets to this thing, and then, it actually is just this guy, right?
Yeah,
and I like it because I like that though. It feels more like real. It feels more natural.
Yeah, well, here's the thing though.
The disappointment of reality or something.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is that the movie is selling it not as like disappointment of reality. It's like it's not supposed to be like mundane. It's selling it as super epic. I mean, and like the dynamic between the wife and him, that becomes the thing that is chosen to be like the substantive drama, which which you would hope that if he is more normal, if he's more of like a normal person, and not some epic insane Bond villain, you'd hope that he'd have actual drama, not like weird, just bad, so simplistic.
I mean,
I don't even get like I don't even why does he hate the world so much? Because like he lived in a crappy city that got like nuked or something. Like he lived in awful Russia it was like a nuclear test place and the world was going to hell.
I think he just agrees.
He was the one to discover the inversion things. That had to do with like a lost city.
I think
it's more philosophical.
Kind of
like
God complex, a little bit of like psychosis, and agreeing with the future.
Yeah. I mean, but even then though, like you'd hope that those things have like a place for them, like some kind of implicit experience or something that like makes sense that he comes to those conclusions, even if he can make those conclusions independent of his experience. You know what I mean?
Right. And like, the experience we're told is, I think there's a couple times where he's talking and he says something like the world they took from me. He says some like extremely generic thing that's supposed to justify like his philosophy and how he grew to be this person.
His reasoning is summed up in like one sentence near the end, and it's like so vague.
Well, it did seem though that his whole character though was, I mean, I got the impression that he was being, because he said he was at the right place at the right time or whatever, and it sounded like he was getting like instrumentalized by the people in the future, which like I mean makes it so his convictions become, I don't know, it just seems like if that's the case, then it seems like there was actually a really nice opportunity that was just ripe for making this tragic god complex character, but it just fails.
Well, I don't know if it fails. I mean, okay, well, one, I think if we want to
be like,
it's just not
as interesting as it could be.
I think maximum generosity would be like Nolan understands that this love marriage relationship is gonna fall flat, and it's just like more of this disappointment of reality situation where it's like like these things are so stupid. Like you get like everyone like
maximum generosity.
Yeah, like everyone gets instrumentalized. You know, it's not exactly clear who's like running the show until at some point, and at that point, it's only revealed like it is continually revealed that who's running the show and what's happening is not really clear. And there's all this stupid stuff involved, and like this relationship. Like you have characters like this woman who are like extremely important to the operation, and yet like totally untethered and uncontrolled, and like has like is just a total moron. And like, but yeah, I think the guy is the villain is just instrumentalized by the future, right? They chose him because he just happened to be in a good position to get them all assembled or whatever.
Yeah, well here's one thing though, is that with this, I mean, even with full generosity towards Nolan's awareness of like the stupid drama of the marriage or whatever, she still is supposed to be sympathetic, you know, like we're still supposed to like her because that she becomes like, otherwise the end with protagonist or whatever, like him like protecting her, you know, like otherwise it's just you as an audience member, you'd have to think that Nolan's intent was for you to be like, wow, that's stupid, I hate her, this idiot wants to protect her, why, you know, which is obviously, I mean, I think pretty obviously not. I think you're supposed to be like, wow, noble protagonist.
Oh my gosh.
My point. So I have two things to say. One thing was like, my point with this whole cyanide pill is like, I thought this guy was turbo based and would die for the future and for his country. You know, like it was just some, you know, because he would take the cyanide pill, and that's what that scene demonstrated. You know, instead, because he's willing to like, you know, I don't know, because he has to like save this woman and like jump through a bunch of hurdles and like save this woman and stuff like that. Like, I feel like he becomes more like it becomes less of a virtue and more like he's just selfless, or like he's just trying to help others instead of like he cares about like he has an actual like moral guiding thing, you know? Wouldn't it be ideal that like the world gets saved, period? Fuck all the other bullshit. Why are you trying to save this woman? That's for selfish interest. It's like a selfish selflessness idea, you know? Yeah. It's kind of like this Batman, he won't kill, you know, but even worse because it's like he won't let die, you know? Like he has to save this woman too, I guess, and like causing untold problems in the future. It made him way less heroic to me. And the only way it could be justified is if she's so likable, or like, you know, it's an awesome perverse desire, like, oh, he loves her so much, or she's so sexy and awesome and cool to him that he's willing to sacrifice the stake of the world to, you know, to have her or to save her or something like that, you know? Yeah. Instead, she's just lame. She's just whacked.
Well, his interest in saving her is never compelling and always annoying.
Here's one thing that would kind of resolve this kind of seeming incongruity between like his supposed like willingness to die or whatever for his country or whatever. I don't know, he's being tortured. Maybe he just wanted to die, you know?
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, and that's actually, I feel like would be consistent with how he acts for the rest of the film, where he's just kind of like, oh, what? We gotta kill people? Like, oh man. Like, I mean, he's all like wary about doing all these things, and that like his willingness to die was a misinterpretation on like his handlers or whatever, their part. Of like what he was willing to do or something like that.
Well, but he's holding back. It's to keep secrets.
He could cyanide is so that the torture doesn't like, he doesn't want to be put in a position of such absolute horror such that he gives up secrets.
Yeah, he chose.
But John's saying that's just one interpretation of it.
Yeah,
go for it.
I think it's more consistent with how he acts for the rest of the film. Because you'd think that for the rest of the film, if he did do it to keep secrets, you'd think that for the rest of the film, he'd be like, all right, we're going to kill this person, you know? Like, I mean, he'd have like the same goals as the state or the intelligence organization or whatever his handlers, whoever they are and what they want, you know? Like, he'd be like, all right, I'm following orders, because that's what taking the cyanide pill is, like, if you're willing to sacrifice your own life. And I just thought that it seemed like he had all his teeth ripped out of his mouth, you know, and then he was about to get tortured more, and he's like, I'm just gonna kill myself, you know? Like I might as
like
well.
a selfish preferring
Like
death.
he's
not a nation secret idea.
Yeah. That seems more accurate to how he acts. Otherwise there's not just this huge incongruity with like he just suddenly decides that he's sketched on like intelligence
Killing
agencies
people.
doing bad things, you know?
I find it more likely that he is supposed to be the super cool based operator who commits suicide as opposed to telling the truth and stopping secrets. And he's supposed to be the guy who, like, I think his caring about
he's
the girl.
the best of every world.
Yeah, I think
I
this
feel-
caring
yeah,
about the
that's-
girl
yeah.
is supposed to be like heroic or more human or something, and it kind of just misses the mark. I don't think. Yeah. I think
No,
I think
agree.
the character.
That's how I intuitively felt that way, Troy, and this whole missing the mark. Yes,
I thought it was cool. I like the cool operator stuff. That's like my favorite part about the movie. Is like that type of fun, cool.
dude,
super-
I wish they were just
I-
meeting more people, and I'm kind of upset that like we ended up with Sater. I was hoping we just keep meeting shit, you know.
Yeah.
And I also this like Mumbai lady, you know, this India lady,
Yeah.
like what
So
like she's like I don't really know what she does other than give extremely
Yeah.
important information, and she has some
yeah,
interest in
that-
closing loops and
Yeah,
stuff.
I
I
think
yeah,
she's just a plot fun.
exposition.
Well, I mean, that
vehicle.
seems
Yeah.
like what most of the people. I mean, even the main characters, like that's what Robert Pattinson does for like half his dialogue. I mean,
Wait,
his
hold
character's
on.
a little
Yeah,
more
yeah.
substantive, but
hold
like,
on. You better not be talking.
But at
about
least
Rob.
so the only thing
look,
that's
dude,
different
Rob
is
killed
that
it. Okay, he
the
did
only
his
thing
best.
that's
Robert
different-
character's
Pattinson is
awesome
John.
too.
John,
Rob
Robert
is
Pattinson
obviously
is
famous.
famous.
Hold on.
Okay, let's
Rob is
take
his
Rob-
character is
Rob is
awesome
famous.
too. We love his character.
His character's cool. I do want to say though, the reason it works for Rob's character, but not for this Mumbai lady. I don't even know if she's from Mumbai. Is it Mumbai?
Yeah,
or
it's
is it just-
Mumbai, right?
Okay, I
because
don't
he has a
know.
PhD in physics.
Oh man.
Is because
PhD in
no, it's
physics.
because she's introduced as like
Mumbai.
a villain arms dealer, like a potential villain arms dealer. Okay, and like it sounds like he's gonna have to like fuck some shit up in order to get some important info, and from her he'll move on to the next case. You know, she's just like one link,
Yeah.
and that's how it's presented, and it doesn't feel warranted that she turns up like 3 more times in the movie. You know, like I would have been fine with her just turning up and being there, like to deliver some exposition. That's fine. Move on to the next thing. A new person, more exposition. The Pattinson gets away with it. Mr. Pat gets away with it because he's introduced as an ally / like cohort / character. Like, you know, he's going to be around for the ride, you know, like you have no idea. And it doesn't feel convincing that she's around for the whole ride, but she is in a way.
Yeah.
Whereas Rob, you know, he's introduced and you feel like he's going to be there the whole time immediately, I think.
Yeah, but you're forgetting how cool
Like
it
an
is.
Agent Q kind of thing. Like Rob is like
Yeah.
an Agent Q, you know? Yeah.
You're forgetting how cool it is when it's revealed that protagonist is actually her boss in the future, and her job
Yeah.
is to tell him certain things certain ways. Do you not get it?
Right.
No, yeah, I agree.
I
agree.
actually didn't know I didn't know that she was the boss.
No,
I
he's
didn't know
the
that.
boss. He's.
Or I didn't. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
didn't know
he.
that.
Yeah.
I didn't really know that he was her boss.
I'm pretty
This is-
sure he is. I'm pretty sure he
the-
ends up instrumentalizing her in the future to send her back. And like,
Look, this
do her-
bullshit makes no fucking sense.
I
Look,
don't
look,
know.
this is the
I
thing.
didn't know
This is
that.
the
I
thing.
didn't think
This is the
that.
thing.
I
Is
thought
that the
this was
plot?
antagonist.
I have a
The
plot
plot
point
is
I
so
wanna clear up.
convoluted.
It's not
Yeah.
that
Plot is so
convoluted,
convoluted.
honestly.
No,
I think
It's
the
pretty
plot stuff. I think
convoluted.
the plot stuff.
Dude,
I
it's-
think the plot stuff. Actually, I think the whole inversion and all this stuff works really well on like a large scale plot level, and doesn't work as well at like the micro shooting a gun, blowing up a rocket.
No.
Yeah,
whatever
I
it
mean,
is.
you say
Yeah,
the
yeah.
plot is good, but why the fuck don't I understand how this movie ended?
'Cause you're stupid.
Look, right, and it's not that way. This movie, look, the plot
tell you
could
how
have
it's
been
ended.
okay from Umbrella. Like conceptually, it could be okay, and it might be semi-tight, the plot or something like that you could lay out for me, big brain.
Uh-huh.
But if it's relying on like a fucking 5-word statement and then this other like 2-word statement that are all muffled as fuck and happen like in super unsuspecting places. Like
It
that's
definitely
not like a
does.
tight plot.
That's
Not a tight plot.
That's
you know?
definitely what it is. It's in my
Okay, yeah.
estimation,
I
the
don't-
degree
yeah.
to which I feel like I understand the plot is because of all these little things people say, and like it's totally just like cringecore. Oh, I want to make a cult film that's also a commercial success, and you'll have to watch it 20 times to get all the little clues I've left.
Yeah.
Type of
I didn't
stuff,
understand
you
it the
know?
first.
Can
I
you
didn't
explain this
understand
one
it the
by
first
Boston?
time. I didn't understand it the first time, but I actually had to watch it backwards, and then it all started to make
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, and then she actually takes off her clothes when you watch it backwards.
Uh-huh.
So you actually get a nude scene.
Yeah, you get a nude, hot nudie scene.
There's actually
that Nolan
there's
personally
actually
hand filmed.
there's actually a
Camcorder.
4 hour sex scene in the middle of this thing that you missed if you didn't play it backwards.
The movie's
I
actually
just
5 hours
emailed
longer.
HBO Max. I emailed HBO Max and said that like you gotta have a reverse watch like setting on it because we're missing most of the movie.
Screen record it
when
and
I-
then watch it in reverse.
when-
unresolved?
Oh,
when
that's
I-
so
that's
true.
see, when I
That's
emailed-
illegal,
when I-
Troy.
when I emailed HBO Max,
Uh-huh.
and I told them your bit rate is so bad I can barely watch this movie.
Yeah.
They said,
Like,
did you try
watching it."
reversing it? They said, did you try reversing it?
And then it
Yeah,
showed up
did you try
in
reversing
4K
it?
on your 1080p monitor.
Yeah. Yeah, and then an airdropped gold bar landed it through my room. I do want to hear this Mumbai explanation. I gotta do the bathroom.
Speaking of length,
I'll-
I want to note that I think they actually made good use of the time. Like it didn't feel.
Dude, so much stuff happened.
Yeah, a
Dude,
lot of stuff happens.
I
It
remember
felt
an
good.
hour in, I wiggled my mouse to see how much longer, and I'm like, dude, and it's only been an hour. Like, so much crap happened.
Yeah, there is a lot
Yeah.
that happens, and I enjoyed that a lot. I like the whole feel that I think he's going for, and sometimes fails, sometimes succeeds. But this whole feel of like, happen, and it's not clear how it all connects, and people are instrumentalized, and just this whole like perspective thing of like, just the way like intelligentsia works or something like this.
I mean, I'm down with the whole being instrumentalized thing as being like
Intrapentalized.
intrapincer mental invertalized.
Mentalist, my favorite.
Okay,
show.
but I'm down with the whole being instrumentalized thing being like I like that. And I like this kind of revealing of like you've been instrumentalized, blah blah blah. Like I think that's cool, and like it makes everything a little more like I don't know. There's a little more paranoia, because you don't really know what's going on, like who's actually pulling the
it's
strings.
like James
blah, blah,
Bond,
blah.
but
here's the thing.
realistic.
Oh my god, it's so realistic. Okay, but this is what what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about the oh dude, I cannot stand the like I think Interstellar is the worst example of this, but like the smart people talking about smart things dialogue.
No, Interstellar is the worst.
Yeah, like Interstellar
is way better.
Interstellar is far worse.
Interstellar is
That
so
one's
bad.
But Robert Pattinson just like name dropping the word physics here and there, just like let me,
dude,
like
grandfather.
yeah,
this
or-
over here.
It's the
Physics is the
Yeah,
grandfather
I like when they
paradox.
dream of.
It's
Yeah,
the
when they
grand-
bring that up as if it's like, oh, you don't know about this.
Well, it depends on like multiple
multiverse.
universe theory,
I have-
multiverse theory.
yeah,
dude,
they just
dude,
try and
dude,
like
if you talk-
they try and like
dude, if you talk
address
about
problems.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah, they're
talk
trying-
about
yeah, they're trying to
multiverse
address
theory,
problems
I'm
by-
stealing some shit out of your fucking house.
Yeah, dude, it's like trying to address problems. When it still it's like trying to address problems by admitting that they're paradoxes and then saying, yeah, but it still works and we don't know why. So just shut the hell up and watch.
Not
it.
even.
It's
Yeah,
like the-
not
it's like the
no,
mirror.
not yeah, not yeah. That's like the whole point of. And I think it might even be more like meta aware. I'm talking like God tier levels of self awareness, like Bo Burnham self aware.
Yeah,
Bo
Dude,
Burnham.
the guy-
Like Bo Burnham levels of
dude,
self
yeah,
awareness.
dude,
Like I can't even
dude,
imagine what it's like.
the guy who like, dude, how do mirrors work, bro?
Yeah.
It just has this god level like self awareness.
No. But I
Yeah,
mean,
dude,
yeah,
that's actually a
that's
troll
like
post.
what happens. What's happened, or something like this.
Yeah.
Is I think like in the world of the film is like a joke, right? To say that like this doesn't make sense. What happened. like this type of
you
thing
will-
where it's like I think it's an inside joke
actually
between
agree.
them, right? Because they're not
I
actually
think,
Okay, yeah,
I think this
about
movie
the
is
paradoxes.
pretty self-aware. I think this movie is pretty self-aware. I mean, I think the use of the term a protagonist versus the protagonist is a very like self-aware, even like thing to bring up, you know. And I think, and it tries to defy your expectations. It's trying to be hard to understand. It's trying to be hard to read, you know, because things aren't neat. Reality isn't that neat, kiddo. Okay, movie's not gonna make sense, kiddo. I do think that it's a pretty self-aware movie. And I had one other point to make. Damn it!
I mean, I really.
No.
Wait,
Well, you think about it. I think I just want to put a ton of weight on the phrase the science girl boss says about don't try and understand it, just feel it. Right?
Yeah.
As
So
like
cute,
as
by the
like she is very cute. As like some kind of pseudo, right? This like pseudo commentary about
So
film
attractive.
and art
She's smart
in general.
and she's smart, attractive. Oh my god.
We're
Yeah.
trying
She's
to
got
stop
a
World War III.
strong bone structure.
If this is
I-
like
I
some
wanna-
film commentary about art, you know, and then he like
Yeah,
intentionally makes a film that will
Right.
try and get you to understand it so you can feel smart, but it's actually
And-
like brain dead, doesn't
And
make any sense.
Robert Pattinson is actually the viewer. He's actually you watching the movie.
Yeah, and you're gonna
No,
have to.
you
right.
are no. You are the rating team at the end.
Yeah.
You're one of the lemmings shooting the rockets, and then
Yeah,
the
he's-
ones that care about it and like want to watch it again, they're the reverse team.
Right.
So like the real, you know, but both of you are lemmings. Either you care about it a lot, you're a lemming, and if you don't care
Yeah,
much,
so look,
you're one.
the
you're
right
lying.
side of your brain is the red
Yeah,
team,
they're-
and the left side of your brain is the
Right,
blue
left, right,
team.
left, right.
And
Yeah,
the corpus
pretty good.
callosum is the thing
Well,
getting
it's also
pincered.
it's also Democrat Republican,
Temporally,
you know, liberals,
temporal
all,
lobe.
all these regressives,
Temporal
all these
lobe.
conservatives.
Yeah, all
You know,
these conservatives want to
are the
push
new
forwards into the
counterculture.
future. Yeah.
You know? Nolan really went political with this.
Whoa,
one.
that's crazy, Nolan. That's
Whoa.
crazy.
Okay,
allegory?
I do want to say, I really want to say, because I think it's important.
Okay.
It was every time there was a science bomb, you know, like, and Nolan was science dialogue bomb, you know, philosophy bomb. I smiled and laughed and had a
I
good
did too.
time.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, you know, like, and I like it never like actually upset me. Like I really was like,
Dude, you
like I love it, like the way you love like an eccentric, you know.
No, I couldn't be upset the entire film, like
Yeah.
because I just took it for what it was. At which,
Yeah.
and like I said earlier, like it was like a Joe Rogan podcast with a silly guest on it.
Yeah.
Like you can't get mad at him because like some shit he's saying like doesn't make sense. Like he, you know, it starts off with him saying that like, you know, shrooms cured his cancer or something like that. Like you're there,
Yeah.
you're like you're there for the ride. You're here to see
Yeah.
what this guy has to say, and that's it. And you're just
He's
gonna
like,
take
I,
it.
I only eat meat and on occasion do magic mushrooms.
Yeah. Okay, wait. I want to pursue this like really high level meta film commentary.
It's obviously
Yeah,
it's
'cause-
obviously
I think it's there.
it's
I
obviously
think
a
it's there.
reflection on Interstellar, a film where he is now embarrassed of his attempt to make a sophisticated yet understandable film, which undermined what he really wanted to communicate was that something about love being six-dimensional and something, you know, love conquers all.
Well, yeah.
But
This
what if
is the thing.
Yeah, go on.
Is that while I doubt because I think that you could definitely, I mean, with what Troy said about this whole like understandability thing, and is actually seemingly consistent with the dialogue being all muddled and all this, and like the intuition thing. Do you really think the guy who wrote Anne Hathaway's line in Interstellar is making that kind of commentary, like
Yes.
intentionally, like
I think
through the film,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
I mean, because this is the thing is that people are watching this film. I think the majority of people are watching this film, and the people who love this film are like, "Wow, this is the coolest brainchild that's ever gone onto the cinema screen." You know, like this is like so genius.
This is God. This
like,
is God. at work.
Awesome. Which like I don't think. I mean. When the thing is the joke's on them because Nolan knows it's empty in this idea, right? Nolan
No,
knows
right,
that it's
right.
No,
empty.
it's
Right.
And
not.
that Nolan is playing a joke.
No, I don't think
It's
he's
a
playing
troll
a joke.
post,
I don't think he's
no? I
playing
mean-
a
So
joke.
true.
Because there isn't content like that. Like there's an Interstellar where it's like the love commentary and stuff like that. Like I think he realized it was cringe.
I think there could be some truth to this, at least in the sense that he tried his hand at explaining a heavy concept. It got made fun of.
Interstellar?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he knows, and even if not buying into the memes, even if he knows the memes are wrong, or like maybe he like feels like he's above the memes or something, even if he's above them, he still might think to himself like, you know, it really didn't hit the way I wanted it to hit. This really didn't, you know, like what I made didn't hit it. And, you know, that's okay. You know, that's just like an honest reflection on one's art or something like that. There's actually nothing wrong with that. And then what he goes for next is not to make the same, you know, point, but instead to say it's impossible. You can't make a point. You know, it's like, and that's like a pretty charitable way to view it. And I think that is at work here. I think there is very little. The point is basically a reflection on art, a reflection on, you know, your expectations in action movies and things like that. I think the protagonist versus a protagonist intuition comment, you know, how does it work? It can't be explained. We don't know how it works. I really think he those weren't just plot devices. Those were his attempt at a meditation on fiction.
Okay.
Like on cinema, on like action.
My question for you or for everyone, because I think totally right. I think the most transparent line in the entire film is Science Girl Boss saying, don't try and understand it, just feel it, right? This is like just classic, my name is Robert Bresson and film should be felt.
And
right?
and every time I try to think, try to construct something, that's all I always thought.
Yeah, but what?
I was back to.
What are we supposed to feel is the question. Because on the other hand, we feel like this film was just fun and vacuous, and like any semblance of an emotional storyline, like the woman, the love triangle or something like this, you know, like is just totally falls flat, and almost to the degree where you want to, like, if you want to be charitable, think that Nolan knows it's ridiculous. Although I think we sort of agreed earlier that it actually just falls flat. But like, what am I supposed to be feeling when I'm watching this? I'm having fun. I get that. So is that it? It doesn't seem like what I feel is in any way a response to Interstellar or something like this.
Yeah, I mean, I think that if the whole idea, if he really is making an argument about like things should be felt and the logical consistency is not, like the analytic model or whatever is not nearly as important as like the emotion, that means that he, unless the film is meant to be totally empty, we don't think that it is. He really thinks that this thing with the woman has some emotional substance. No, I mean, he really thinks that this has some like.
That's true.
I
think, but that's like a different fault, isn't it? Isn't that?
Well, yeah, no, it is a different fault. So like, it is a different fault. But I think that going back to the thing is, like, I don't really know how much we can infer about Nolan's thoughts about the reception of Interstellar. But I mean, I want to make a comment on it anyways, though. I mean, I think even with like, I think that the making fun of Interstellar, unless Nolan is pretty online, I think the reception of Interstellar was mostly positive, and people thought it, and like was mostly people saying like, oh my God, like cinema's returned to the screen, like real cinema. This is beautiful, blah, 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 you know? So I mean, I don't know if this like meta awareness thing and like these points about the film that he's making within the film, I don't know if it is any kind of a reaction or a natural progression of ideas necessarily. I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely more sold on that being something intentional, but I think that at the end of the day, he still wrote Anne Hathaway's dialogue in Interstellar, and it's shown here, right? I mean, with
but that poor characters. Dialogue could be not because he's an idiot. That poor dialogue could just be because he really cannot write good, serious dialogue. And
I know. I'm not saying that. Sorry. Go ahead.
And he could attribute that failure to cinema if he was a narcissist, as opposed to himself, you know, and to like the constraints of his movie of Interstellar and that medium, and instead choose like this action movie like as a refutation. But I do want two things. One, I want to say, I bet he is a little online. I think people pay attention to the criticisms way more than positive reviews, especially like artists. I'm sure that he has read some of the negative comments, at least some, you know, and that I'm sure that those affected him a little bit, you know, even if I'm sure he reads all the praises and stuff, whatever. But a different comment to be made is, and this is super serious. I mean this completely seriously, okay? absolutely 100% seriously. This is not a joke. Okay, like
Warning! This is not a joke.
I really mean this. There's no
ironic
way
statement.
I'm kidding here. There's no way I'm kidding. But obviously, Tenet and Interstellar. Think about what was the main problem in Interstellar? Climate.
Cringe.
Oh yeah, climate.
What was the main problem in Tenet in the future? Climate. You're telling me that these movies aren't in the same timeline? You're telling me that they're not in the same Nolan universe?
Nolan universe.
Oh my gosh.
You're really gonna tell me that he just wrote two climate movies?
That both involve essentially time
Oh,
travel.
and time travel too.
solve the
time
Oh
travel.
my god.
6 dimension,
Yes, because
multiple
he can go
universes,
into
multiple parallel universes.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's right, because he could interact with like the past and stuff in
Oh
Interstellar.
my gosh. All
Yeah.
through
Oh
love.
my god.
That's terrible.
Yeah, through love.
What a terrible idea.
Yeah, I was kidding, obviously, but
Obviously.
there's truth to it.
Warning,
in this-
warning.
Yeah.
I mean, the ideas of
Some
like
truth to
interacting,
his, yeah.
of changing the past and things.
Right.
Yeah,
Like
that
he does love this idea.
Yeah,
And this is second exploration or whatever.
right. That, and I'm sure that his like how he feels he did on Interstellar and what he felt he accomplished by the subject as he tackled it in Interstellar influenced what he was going to bother to tackle in Tenet, you know?
Yeah.
But and that, which doesn't mean that it's this conscious like, oh, I'm aware of like all the memes and so I'm going to make this incomprehensible thing. It might not be that. That could be a totally far-fetched thing. But it at least means that he, you know, is exploring this, like you said, his second exploration of similar ideas, you know? And his ultimate goal of faith, like he really, and that's kind of based, you know, there is some sort of, I think at least intuitively fun and invigorating idea of like this, you know, whatever, if the future there's a climate problem, fine, whatever, but like, you know, faith, humanity we live in now, you know, like love, I don't know, just some like it's ultimately like, yeah, it's ultimately like a you know, olive branch, bring all
Yeah.
a humanist
It's
movie,
humanist.
you know?
It's humanist.
It's
yeah.
humanist. It's not
Yeah.
like, even though it has
So
like these vague
so-
climate problems, you know, it's
If
still
any,
is
if
humanist.
anyone's a humanist, it's Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, and Sater's the anti-humanist. Sater
He's more
like
Sater
Satan.
is like the climate radical acceleration.
Yeah, he's literally an anti-natalist. He says that his worst sin was having a child. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, in
right,
this like
right.
declining world, which he knew
Right.
was going bad.
Right.
Did anyone get this feeling that the editing was like off? The whole time I kept thinking about
This is the
that
bit rate on
scene.
HBO.
The whole time I kept thinking about that scene from the like a lot of loyalty for a hired gun, you know, like kind of dialogue where it's like choppy and like feels off. Does anyone like get that like feeling watching it?
I felt
Like
it
his
was,
pacing was weird, like the
was
conversations.
weird.
The
That's
pacing
true.
was weird, but I feel like editing, as far as like, well, I don't know. Here's the thing: this is the second time I watched it, and this time I noticed many dialogue scenes had a lot of continuity errors.
Yeah, I know. Well, I noticed that.
and so-
The dinner scene.
Yes,
with,
the
when
dinner
you first
scene
meet
was
the woman,
atrocious.
so hilarious.
The dinner scene,
so
he's like,
funny.
first he's leaning forwards, then he's leaning back, and he's
Dude, the
got
cup,
sand on
the
his
cup.
head.
No,
then he's
her
drinking.
drinking.
Yeah,
No,
and then
her
he's not.
drinking was like different every time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I
right.
mean,
So the only
But-
thing I noticed in this vein was his dinner with the billionaire British guy. What's his name? The Batman sidekick? Alfred?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Why?
Yeah, hold on. No. That was cool. That was
Go.
cool. I like
I got nothing against it.
I
got
still
nothing
like that
against it, but-
stuff. It makes
Go
me
on.
feel cozy
Go on.
CIA.
Yeah.
But
cozy.
but-
I love the CIA.
no,
Cozy metafiction. There's some sort of like metafiction
cozy
about
meta
like
CIA.
that guy's always
No,
in
it's
CIA
the-
movies.
it's
He's in
the-
all his Nolan movies.
It's the
He-
Nolan.
he's-
It's the Nolan universe, dude.
It is Nolan universe. Okay,
that
but-
that actually is.
yeah, that was Nolan
just-
universe.
Alfred.
Yeah.
Wait,
That
what
actually is
Nolan
Alfred.
universe? What other Nolan stuff is he in?
I mean,
Batman.
all
I know
the Batman movies.
but what?
Interstellar, dude. He's in Interstellar.
Is he
He's in
in Interstellar?
Inception.
I
He's
think-
in
I think Michael
literally
Caine
every
is
single
in
yeah,
Alfred.
isn't
This
he?
dude. He's in the
Isn't
Prestige.
he like a bad guy in Interstellar?
I don't know.
No.
Anyway, whatever.
he's not.
I just bring it up because I noticed.
Dude, I forgot
that
Nolan
I
did
felt like
Prestige.
It's the
that
voice, right?
that dialogue scene really jumped to my attention. Just the reverse shot, was like it felt so odd and so painful. It's just like, Alfred talking.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Protagonist
that scene
talking.
was so
Alfred
awful.
talking.
And there was
Protagonist
clearly
talking.
from that
yeah.
perspective.
No,
Yeah.
You like
It
it?
was
I mean,
so
all
awkward.
the
I just thought that
dialogue
was
scenes
weird.
were clearly shot with an insane amount of coverage, with no thought to how it was going to be edited or put together afterwards. And there's
Yes.
clearly large chunks of dialogue cut out. I don't know. There's nothing like masterful or planned about the way that the dialogue scenes played out.
Also, just I gotta say it. Other than those moments where after the teeth got pulled out and the final moment where he's sad, this main actor, this guy ain't a good actor. All right, I gotta say, I really did not feel
a lot of the actors are really bad. I
emotion.
totally agree. Totally agree.
His facial. Do you disagree? Do you actually disagree?
I'm totally on board with Steven.
No,
Dude,
I only disagree. I
there's-
only disagree insofar as I don't think the film really gives him like much of any opportunity to perform.
I think other action stars in other films, there's like a subtle. There's like a level of seriousness with their eyes and things like that.
but
I
I
don't
think-
really know how to describe it, but there's some sort of dude, he felt
But his life is
so empty,
personal.
and he's not suave. You know, is he trying to be? I don't know, but sometimes he says things like he's suave, and then he even says jokes now and then. He's like, it's like he's trying. He's like, dude, I can't use the word. It's like he's trying to be normal and like, or he's trying to be suave. So like, there's times where I'm like, when he's like telling Robert Pattinson, or like he's like, well, I guess we got to do it the right way then, you know, or it's like some sort of like line, like one liner, and then he turns away and does something ballsy, you know, something like that. That happens a few times, and every time it falls flat. It's not like a dope action movie
The
quote,
dinner
like,
scene.
well,
agree
The
with
dinner
that.
scene is the worst because the guy's
He's such
like,
a badass when he's
the
in
guy's
the
like,
kitchen. He's like,
dude, I thought that could have been so cool.
I thought
wasn't
it was
even
pretty
that
cool. I liked his attitude when he was beating the people up in the kitchen. Like, get out of my
He's also a
face.
manlet. He's also a manlet.
Yeah, he is small. Sorry, John.
He's
Yeah.
manlet.
I thought, okay, this is we're a little bit off track just because I want to talk about that dinner scene, the other part of the dinner scene.
Okay.
But yeah, he has a suave response to the Russian guy being like, I'm going to cut off your balls and put them in. Dude, I was laughing.
Yeah.
Is this how you
so
treat
hard
your
when he
guests?
says that. I
Yeah.
thought that
Do you
was
like the
so
opera?
funny.
Is it? And he says it like this. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm looking in the
Dude,
webcam for all the listeners. Like, is that how you treat all your guests?
Dude, when they go to the boat and he's like, "Tell me about the opera," and then they're like all this fucking sound on this.
Yeah, dude. When I saw that in the theater with the boat, it was like when I'm watching that here at home, the dialogue is honestly way easier to understand at home with my headphones than it was in the theater. In the theater, it was way worse.
Oh, I bet
Oh,
it was
dude.
way
No, so
I was on that.
you literally had no idea what anyone was saying, and so I was already like leaning over to like my friends and being like, did you guys understand what they just said? Like leading up to it, and then they get on that boat. And then I just started laughing because I was like, he's doing it on purpose. Like, there's no way that he thinks that you can hear this.
I listened to it on speakers, and it was atrocious. I later tested with headphones, infinitely better. I bet, that maybe that's it. Maybe this whole they want mishearings is just a cope for the fact that whoever mastered the audio never took their headphones off. But
Yeah.
dude, I literally, this is not a joke. I need you to know I'm not joking. This is 100% not a joke.
This
I'm
is-
not
this is
An
Serious,
ironic
serious,
statement.
yeah.
I will
Warning.
not laugh.
I'm not joking.
Warning.
The best part about this joke is that I'm not joking.
Okay. Right.
So it's not funny.
Right. No, it'll be
But
funny 'cause
I watched like halfway through the movie, literally once every 3 minutes, I was adjusting the volume. And so for literally probably the second hour and a half, I watch it, whatever. I had my hand on the mouse, on the volume knob, and was in a state of constant adjustment as I watched the movie.
Absolutely.
Literally the whole
So
like
true.
hour and a half,
So
I
true
was
in
changing
days.
the volume like every 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It's the only way to do it.
I agree. I was doing it too, and I would turn around because I was listening to it on speakers, and it'd be so loud, but I couldn't understand the dialect, so I had to crank it. I'd be biting my fingers because I don't want everyone else to hear it. It's so loud. I'd be like, come on, give me the dialogue, and then I'd crank it down again.
And if you are shout out. Okay, I know there's some HBO Max execs listening to this
Right, big
because
wave,
the
yeah.
intern sent the email to them saying,
Yeah.
and they said timestamped, right?
Right.
Right.
Okay, if you turn on, did you guys turn on the subtitles?
I did.
No.
It takes up like half the screen.
Yes.
The lettering on HBO Max, at least on this movie. If you turn on subtitles,
It's so
literally
funny.
lettering with like it's in a black box that's like semi-transparent. Literally takes up the bottom half of the screen and will shift all over the
Yep,
screen.
yep.
Dude, I thought you were gonna
It's
tell
so
me.
weird.
I thought you were gonna tell me that during the boat scene, it literally goes BRRRRRRRR. Like,
No, the worst
No,
part is
it's,
that
like,
in fact
unusable.
the worst part is that it didn't even give me the dialogue. It just kept saying inaudible over and over again.
that's so funny.
Yeah.
No, it didn't say that. It didn't say that.
Dude, that's so funny.
No, yeah, I
Dude,
tried
that-
turning it on. It's literally unusable. It covers up the movie.
Dude, that scene is also like it's so crazy when she's just like, I'm just gonna kill him right now. She just like unclips his thing,
Yeah.
and then, dude, I think that was like that. The moment right
so
after that
weird,
was like
so
probably one of the
weird.
most. It was like I didn't even understand why I was
is he
supposed to like her,
unconscious?
and then she, why
because
is
he fell off a boat.
Yeah,
at
he
like
hit-
fucking
he hit the
100
water
miles an
super
hour.
hard.
They
Boom.
weren't even going that fast.
I mean, they're probably.
going
I
pretty
mean,
fast, I
okay,
don't know.
50 miles an
Dude,
hour.
who cares?
Listen,
Who
he
cares?
fell
Who
out-
cares?
I
No,
have
listen.
fallen out of boats going so fast.
Listen. I'm trying to say
I've fallen out of
something.
boats. Look, I've been thrown off the inner tube a few times. All right? It's going pretty quick. It's pretty fun.
Okay, look. Either way, she unclips him, and then the thing is that when I
cuts it.
watched it, okay, like to defend Troy, I
Thank you.
didn't actually know that she was trying to kill him the first time I watched it. I just thought it was like, why did she
Mean.
do that? Like it seemed
Yeah,
like a
that's just
petty,
being
like
mean.
petty,
Yeah,
like
petty.
bye, just like let him
That's
go.
gonna-
I
But
agree
then
too.
afterwards,
Mean.
but then afterwards, she comes in the room with protagonist, and she's just like, "Why didn't you let him drown?" And
Yeah.
and that's when
Yeah,
I like totally lost all semblance
Well,
of like
to-
respect.
Well, no,
or,
she's
like,
mad
liking
because
for her.
protagonist tricked her into thinking the painting that was a fraud that she had tricked her husband into buying. He told her it was destroyed and actually wasn't. So
Yeah.
so she thought he's gonna kill her.
Yeah, but she also says, "Why didn't you let him drown?" Like she was like pissed about that too.
Yeah, she's a moron.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean,
Whatever.
he still hasn't gotten what he needed out of her. Like, obviously, he needed something, but and she knows he needs something, important. Yeah, no, I'll agree that I did not think that her intent was to kill him, but instead that it was like this hissy fit.
Yeah.
Like,
Which I mean,
is sad. Like, because
even when
it
she
would've
does
been-
kill him, it's a hissy fit.
yeah, her character, would probably sound
So
really,
weird.
really patriarchal. Would probably sound in real gynophobic right now. But let's be honest here.
Gynophobic.
You can imagine a billion incredibly well written,
Yeah.
like femme fatale, like women, like this was not well done. This wasn't it.
Yeah, no, we hate this because it was bad. Like when he's like dude, it makes
Defensively.
it makes the scene when he like beats her so cringe because like
Yeah.
Oh
it's
my God.
it's obviously
Or-
like bad and awful and you're like, "Oh my gosh, like she's getting beat by her husband or whatever." But it's like it's such a forced move, to be like
Yeah.
this woman
It's just so
and
angry.
is being oppressed by her husband, like it could be so much better.
Yeah, for all the people who are mad at us right now, you need to redirect your anger at Christopher Nolan. We are in defense of strong female characters. She should have pulled the trigger, shot him in the head, and ended the entire world.
Absolutely.
That's what a
That
powerful
would've been a
woman would have
powerful
done.
woman.
And
That is
I'm pretty
what-
sure in this movie they have stand your ground laws, so she would have gone off.
Well, yeah, on
Stan-
that boat. I think it was international waters.
Yeah,
so-
international
Okay.
waters. That's open season.
Okay.
baby.
Okay, will you say I will say
What's the age of consent
thought it
in
was
international waters?
Yeah, I will say it was kind of cool when she was like when she's talking to him on the boat, and then she reveals that she's the version of her that had gotten shot. I thought it was kind of a cool reveal, like just visually, like
It would have
having him
been
being
so
like,
funny.
"Holy shit!" Like
Yeah,
you're
except
not.
for the fact that she's like dooming the entire planet.
It would have been.
No, I
so
know, but I
funny.
thought
It would've
no,
been
no,
so
I'm not. No,
funny.
it's not cool because of
Please.
her. It's cool because it's like
Yeah,
it's
visually.
a cool visual turning point, and then he's all like, "Oh no, what?"
no,
Dude, it would have been so funny if she kills him. We're like, oh my god, the world could end, but it ends up okay. So we get that tension relief, But then also, it's like she kills him early, But then also, not only that, as she, because you know how it was briefly mentioned, if you see yourself, shit goes crazy, or like the world could explode or some ridiculous thing.
Yeah.
If you
If you
touch
come
each
into
other,
contact,
If you
come
touch,
into
if you come in
contact,
contact, it's
You
she
will both
says
annihilate.
annihilation.
but you can't.
Annihilation is the word
But you can
used.
come in contact as long as there's like a barrier. So like if you're like wearing a
never
suit.
mind. All
Because
right,
remember,
fuck this shit.
remember
Never
they
mind.
fight.
You're right. Yeah,
Him and
yeah,
himself
this
fight.
all fight.
Right.
Well, they
Never
never
mind.
see
I was
each
gonna say if she looked and saw herself, and then the world just fucking explodes. Just this ridiculous ending.
No, it just
Because they do
gets
see-
sucked
they
into
see-
itself.
They kind of do, but like to really hammer that home and then let the world end.
For the record, annihilation is a real physics thing, and also, like almost every main character sees themselves in the movie. Like it's so important when they get inverted and reverted by the machine that they watch themselves and they go in at the same time.
Dude, that
What?
scene.
Yeah, anytime someone goes into the inversion machine, they have
Yeah, but there's the wall there. There's the barrier.
Yeah, but they can't touch each other.
So
But I'm
that's
just
like-
saying.
so
I'm
that's
just
like-
saying they see each other. They always have to see each
Yeah,
other.
but that's like some separate property though. Like
No,
I'm
no,
always thinking in
no.
those situations it's like some special thing. That
No,
what I'm saying is
Robert
that what
Pattinson-
you said
Robert
didn't answer the
Pattinson-
thing to me.
Robert Pattinson sees himself
Yeah.
save the world, and
Wait,
that's
what?
okay. Please don't tell me you guys don't understand the ending of this movie.
No,
Yes.
he didn't see himself save the world.
Yeah, he does. He sees himself save the world, and so he has to go save the world.
Yeah.
Wait, but he doesn't see himself save the world.
No, he
just
does.
knows
He
that
just-
the
he
world
just
is
knows that
saved.
they need
No,
help.
he
he
has to do it.
he sees himself save the world, and so now he knows he has to do it.
No, he doesn't physically see himself get shot and take the
Yeah, he
blame.
never
He
sees
just
that.
knows that he has to be the one to pick the lock. Then he knows afterwards, because he doesn't come out, that he didn't live. And so he's like, okay, I mean, there's sacrifice things still, but he doesn't literally see himself.
Please don't.
Wait, I did not. I thought this whole point. I don't think he knows for sure that he's dying.
Oh, okay. Maybe
No,
he
I think
doesn't.
he
No,
knows.
no,
He knows.
no.
I mean, it's not actually explicit whether he knows.
He does not know he's going to die, which is what makes us as viewers who are adopting the gaze of the protagonist. It's way more insane this way because we know he's going to die, and he might assume that there's a chance he dies because he's sacrificing his life every day for Tenet, But he never knows for sure that he's going to die. And the protagonist can't say to him, that's why he's holding his tongue. He never says, like, you die if you go back,
Yeah.
No, instead he says, like, we have a friendship, huh? And he's like, yeah, you start us, we love, and we have like a whole career together. Which is like, it's never mentioned that he's going to die.
Okay, so protagonist knows he's gonna die because he gets
Right,
away.
correct about that.
But why is Pattinson saying it's the end of a great friendship?
Wait, I don't think.
Oh, that's
that
true.
No, it's the
He
end
does.
for it's the end for him.
Why?
It was the end for him.
Why is it the end for him?
Dude, no, dude, fuck this.
Oh, because he
Dude,
doesn't
this
come
shit
out,
makes no
'cause he doesn't
fucking
come
sense.
out.
Fuck it.
Wait, I don't know, just because he doesn't hang out with him anymore or something like that.
No.
Because he has to get back, he has to get
Listen.
back to his time zone. He's not even in his own time
Yeah,
zone right now.
and he also
he's
said-
like back in time or
No,
something.
Yeah,
you gotta
and
stop
also-
thinking.
no, listen,
you gotta
listen, the
stop
whole-
thinking linearly. There is
No, you are. You're thinking
Literally.
You don't, no, you
Literally.
don't belong anywhere.
Dude, you guys aren't
he
thinking
has to- He has
literally.
to get back.
No,
He's
yeah,
in
you
the
guys.
wrong-
I was
he's-
just gonna say that you guys are thinking linear.
He's just an operator, bro. He's just an operator.
Well, I mean, it's
You guys
way
are thinking-
less epic. If
True.
he,
He
knows he's
needs to
gonna
get.
die
He
going
needs
in,
to
I
get
think.
back to his super hot wife and 3 kids.
Whoa,
Look,
dude.
how do you know he's not
Does he
gay,
have-
dude?
Jesus.
Does he have a super hot
Yeah,
wife?
whoa.
Is that what Steven was talking about? The gays?
Whoa,
Well,
whoa.
no, I think you're
Whoa.
gynophobic.
Yeah, you're
Gynophobic.
gynophobic, dude.
Don't.
You hate
don't.
tall blonde women that are powerful and want to kill their
Dude,
husband.
wasn't it crazy how freckled she was when after the
Yeah.
beach scene? Because like the makeup / lighting is such that you never quite get to see how many freckles she has, like what her complexion is. And then after the beach scene, when she's super sad, or not beach scene, after she cuts his rope and she's like, super terrified she's gonna die, and she's like getting mad at the protagonist, she's like super freckled up, Did anybody else have?
I
that
did not
revelation?
notice the
Like, oh my god,
change,
her
but-
complexion is so different.
I did not. I didn't.
Oh, you must not be paying attention to her the way I was.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say
Because I care about the female characters.
I
Like,
really
care about the female
like
characters.
her.
You don't. You're not paying attention.
Well, yeah, for the record, I thought she was a really, really good.
For the record, I thought she was a really well-written character, and she did a great job.
I liked her more than John.
Well,
Yeah.
I
liked her more than John.
Let the record reflect.
I like the actress, and I like her character, and I hate Nolan. But I also hate, like, every man that tries to write a role like this. It won't work out well.
Yeah, I like the actress. I think she deserves better.
Like Bergman?
If I get a bunch of fucking DMs telling me.
Speaking of the audience,
After this podcast,
I have a truth bomb to drop about them, and I know what you're thinking. I already watched Bo Burnham's Inside. Why am I listening to you talk about the audience?
You are shoehorning.
This is a cross. What is it called?
Make a point, because
Okay, truth bomb is this month we hit 500 downloads.
Whoa.
Oh, it's actually pretty epic.
Yeah, it is pretty epic, huh?
Yeah,
and not a
whoa.
single comment.
And
I
not a
don't really
single
understand
comment.
what
The
a download
Philippines,
is.
shout out to the Philippines, coming up strong in 3rd place. We got United States at 415, Canada at 15, Philippines at 11. So
That's epic, dude. Philippines. Shout out to the Philippines.
Shout out to the Philippines. Okay, obviously we need to talk about how this is all a metaphor for death, and in response to Ayn Rand's comments, which state, "You don't die, the world dies." You know, this guy. You know, is suicide the end? Is it solipsism all the way around? Intergenerational warfare, maybe? Is this a boomer?
What?
Is this a boomer zoomer thing?
I also comprised some fun
Zoomer.
reviews, some IMDb
Bazinga.
user reviews.
I'm interested.
So you can
It better be so
IMDb.
good.
What number did Tenet get on IMDb? What was
7.8. 7.8.
Wow.
Out of 8?
So I got some 10 out of 10, some 9 out of 10s, and a 1 out of 10.
Wait, out of 8, right?
Read that 1 out of 10. Read that 1 out of 10.
Please tell me.
Yeah, read the. Let's hear it.
Didn't get it. Watched for an hour, but didn't understand what was going on. Kept asking my partner, but didn't want to bother him every 10 minutes because nothing just made sense.
Alright, that's pretty good.
That one's good. My favorite one is 10 out of 10. Or wait, no, hold on.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
10.
Oh, here's my favorite. Here's my favorite one. 9 out of 10. A decent time manipulated sci-fi movie. Beautifully done, and they got the time stuff correct with only minor contradictions.
Oh my gosh.
I like that he's like feels himself to be like an authority of like of time sci-fi films.
Yeah,
that's pretty great.
I love that.
His favorite movie is probably what's it called? What's the one
that other Nolan film?
No, the one where they like go inside the box. It's like hailed as being Primer. Yeah,
Primer. That's
Primer's
the one that sci-fi heads love.
Primer's the gold standard. You guys should check out the subreddit for
This one actually made so much sense. This is actually how it would go.
This is how it would
happen if it was real.
Here's another one. This person is probably pretty young. 10 out of 10. Breh. This movie is amazing. This movie challenges the audience next level. It is confusing, but it is easy to follow the story. Easily one of the most genius films. IDK why people are complaining about it being too confusing, because Christopher Nolan is known for making confusing movies, and this one was his most ambitious project. This movie is incredibly smart. As film lovers, we should appreciate directors who like challenging viewers.
It almost sounds like a joke. Like,
Yeah.
what is up with that? Why is this his most ambitious? Interstellar is just as ridiculous.
No,
like,
this is
going back in time to like save things, aren't they?
This is way more sophisticated.
I think this is way fucking crazier.
To me, Interstellar is because they like explain things as love, and like they actually talk about like some philosophical or like metaphysical.
But here's the thing.
This film is more sophisticated.
This is the most ambitious.
Less sense.
This is the most ambitious because the
action.
fundamental trick, his little trick in his pocket for how it works is such a nightmare to try to think about, like incorporating that into a plot.
Yeah, maybe it's just the least intuitive.
His most ambitious.
Yeah, it might just be the least intuitive.
It's the most
Also,
complicated.
Like Interstellar makes way less sense, even though it's like I think
that's why it's so much more ambitious.
Plot wise. Ambitious, maybe, but I'm just talking about levels of like literal sophistication or complexity. Like Interstellar is like way more simple than this, I think, but makes way less sense.
Well, yeah, I feel like Interstellar is like
where you're able to go back
It's
in
like
time because
Interstellar is just vague.
Because you can go back
It's
in
like
time because
Interstellar is just vague.
Yeah.
It's
hop
just
on the
vague.
love train,
What-
baby.
Whereas like
Love
Tenet
transcends-
tries to be like actually kind of explain itself, but then not and be like, just kidding, we're not gonna explain it.
Just kidding. Just feel it, bro.
Yeah,
just
just
kidding.
feel it.
We don't really know actually how this works,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah, but unlike Interstellar, Tenet actually brought in a bunch of physicists, and it's like totally accurate. And like the way they shot it was like it actually took 100 million years to generate the effects.
Dude, they had to get a bunch of Harvard physicists to watch the film
Yeah,
first,
the only way they
and then give it the A-OK.
the only way they were able
right.
to get the imagery was to
They hired Neil deGrasse
they had
Tyson.
to, they had to run it on a
They
computer.
got Bill Nye, the science guy.
They had
on
to
this
run
one.
it for a million years and then send the footage back in time.
Okay, wait. Listen. So there's also this is a problem with the whole like. So let's take it for granted that the whole idea is this whole feel in the movie. Don't think about the movie, whatever, you know. Now, is he just rubbing it in your face all the time? Like, try not to think about it. Try not to think about it because. Like in every scene that there's anything reversing, it is so hard not to
Yeah, you have to.
like
Yeah.
like there's this point where they're on the boat, you know, like that big yellow boat near the end, like right before the final scene, and then they like go out on deck and are like talking, and there's people who are reversed and people who are not reversed, and they're trying to do like a training routine thing, like they're like
Yeah.
and I was just
Gravity
trying to think
feels
about
different.
how on earth did they even communicate how they're gonna be doing this
Yeah.
like training thing? I don't know.
I mean, like, dude, like the car chase scene. I was sitting there just thinking about it, like, oh, hold on, wait. So he's chasing him, driving backwards, but this already happened. But in his time, is he driving forward, or is like, and then I'm like sitting there, I'm trying to like work this bullshit out, and then I just got over it, like.
yeah, and then you just started like just going like, wow, cool
And then
backwards. This
yeah,
is
I'm
sick.
like, cool, dude, he's driving
'Cause
backwards.
It is kind of sick.
Yeah, you may be the first person to get hypothermia from a car explosion.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That
It's like,
I
all
actually
right,
have,
come on.
I have
You're gonna
no
tell me that
idea
all
what happened.
you're gonna tell me all the heat of. So imagine this: all the energy that gets released in the form of heat. Okay, so like all of the energy that gets released as heat. You're telling me that being reversed and put into like energy that's in him or something like that. I don't know. I don't know why is he. It seems like it either wouldn't affect him at all, or he dies because he's getting hypothermia. Like it's like reverse heat, you know, which would kill you. It's like super cold, you know.
Look, I'm not gonna take a movie too seriously from a man who gets confused every time he looks into a mirror.
Dude,
Okay.
like
Like,
it's like why would he get hypothermia and not die?
Yeah.
Like why is he getting so cold?
Wait,
you tell me that
yeah.
he reached a threshold of coldness.
Here's-
When I
Here's
saw
another
cold,
thing.
but
Here's
didn't
another
die.
thing.
No,
Here's
we're
no-
still on this point. We can't leave the point.
No. This is part of the point.
Okay.
Listen.
Okay.
So just to dismantle anything that anyone's going to say to actually explain it, he's the only one. He's in reverse entropy, right?
He's inverted.
So he's inverted, all right? So
Yeah.
when he's sitting in the car, why does the car window freeze? The car window gets
So
covered
true.
in
The car
frost.
is not inverted.
The car is
Wait,
not
no, I thought the
inverted.
car just exploded. Wait, I thought the car
No,
just
it
exploded.
explodes
No,
and then
it
it starts
froze.
freezing.
it freezes.
Yeah, it
It's
goes
freezing.
like.
But you can explain that. Well, here's how you explain it.
How?
You say that it
Just feel
seamlessly was transitioning from forward and backward perspectives, and that was like just a trick. So they wanted to show you what it's looking like in both situations. So the explosion is the forward
Yeah.
way it looks.
Yeah.
Then we're also going to be presented with the way it actually worked, which was his perspective. So we're leaving the inverted perspective
Okay.
very briefly.
Okay. That's fine, but listen.
Okay.
So the window being covered with frost is what he sees, because that's not what happens. What happens is he gets cold.
No,
so,
it literally
so is that like
happens
in his
too. You're right.
Yeah.
It
So is
doesn't
that?
make
It's
sense.
not
You're
like
right.
we just
It
suddenly
doesn't make
entered his
sense. You're
mind's
right.
eye. We're not suddenly
It
like, all
actually
right,
doesn't make
When
sense.
we're gonna have a subjective perspective for
Yeah,
one
you have to
shot.
invert the car. You're right. You would have to invert the car.
Yeah, you'd have to.
Let
invert
me
the
give
car.
you a stream.
Do you have to invert
consciousness.
fire? Do you have to invert fire?
Dude,
like,
who
so,
knows,
Like
okay?
if I light a piece of paper on fire and put it in, like why Why would
Dude,
for instance,
so is the sun just cold then, or
Why isn't he freezing all the time? Why isn't he literally just? Why isn't the sun?
why
doing the
do they
opposite?
even do this whole air thing? Why do they? It's like they just
Because
wanted to
they're-
fuck up the
Yeah,
cinema.
no, you
more.
needed
It's
a visual.
No, they wanted- they
Yeah,
visual
I know.
confirmation.
Yeah,
it's because
like,
they wanted to
this is
say,
why
if I
you
take
can't
that off, will you
understand us.
die?
No, it's not visual. It's because it literally that's how it would work.
I think it's because it just reeked. I think it's because it just reeked on set, and so they just handed these out to everyone. Because some dude ate way too much cheese and was just farting everywhere.
No, I think
Here's
the
the
oxygen
stream of
thing.
consciousness.
Here's
the stream of consciousness of this scene as you should have experienced it. Okay, he's driving backwards. Oh no, he sees him. And then tumble, and you're watching, right? And you're like, oh no, is he okay? Oh no, the bad guy knew. He gets the thing. Oh, he's lighting the car on fire. What? There's an explosion? Wait, it's cold? Oh, wait, what? He's awake and he's somewhere else? Robert Pattinson. Wait, he's like, what happened? Robert Pattinson.
You might be.
Robert Pattinson.
You're the only one that knew I have hypothermia.
Protagonist. Okay. And let's move on.
Yeah,
Yeah, that actually was the most confusing moment for me. That's why I actually was like, what? And then just like, whatever.
it was really bad.
Yeah.
But this
and like
this just feel it comment is really going to be the rosebud of the century, I think.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
this just feel it comment is while I don't know, I'm convinced enough to think that Nolan is like trying to make a point, but he can't even like you'd think that he would make something that's actually unexplainable happen. Like you think he'd actually use it, you know, and not just be annoying and seemingly stupid.
He didn't have to do this fucking car scene.
Yeah.
Like, you could have employed this inversion thing with less, like, fucking stupid scenarios. Like, you don't have, like, you could have made it easier on yourself, and it still could have been engaging. But instead he writes this car scene in this, like, hypothermia description or whatever.
Dude, the
you didn't
hypothermia
have
thing
to do
is
that,
the hypothermia
alright?
thing is just literally shoehorned
no
in
sense.
so hard
God,
for no reason. I mean,
Oh
it's
my
like
God,
I
it's
think
so
what
bad.
it's there for is everybody's going, okay, wait, all this physics stuff, like what if you take an item into the thing and like with the whole fire comment, like what if you light a
dude, I
paper
feel
on
like
fire?
you
No,
didn't-
wait, hold on.
Hypothermia thing
Hold
is
on.
clear up to the
Hold
top.
on.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Okay, so what if you take the piece of paper and light it on fire? This thing exists in the movie so that you can go, oh wait, it doesn't make sense clearly, or like I can't, or like make you think like I can't wrap my head around that, meaning that any other idea that I would try to force my like the logic plug into the logic of the movie isn't going to make sense either, so I'm going to stop thinking about it.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's a trap because the whole movie, you're saying, right, your point is like, why make this like super transparent comment that film shouldn't be understood, just felt, and then make a film that is all about sophistication. Is this, hear me
The
out,
house that Jack built too.
is this a better version? Is this a better version of the house that Jack built?
No. This is the no. That's
And
not what.
like the house that Jack
wait, is that
built,
the-
it's in
yeah.
reverse. You
Is
get
there a real point?
you get-
I think I have an actual point to make that I thought you were gonna make for me.
Right, about House of Jack. Is it House of Jack?
No, not House. I didn't even know what the fuck. What is that? What are we even talking about? The House of Jack?
House of Jack built is like.
Do you just mean it's like a meta
Dude, I think
commentary on?
dude, I think the
about-
house that
it's
Jack built
specific-
gets name dropped almost every podcast.
It's
Like
it's-
Troy-
it's-
60% of
Troy's
these.
point
It's
I think is
specifically
sound
about sophistication and how, like, the film, the only way you can come to the conclusion that sophistication is vacuous is by engaging with the sophistication. And, like, in a way, it's a trap
Okay,
for the
all right.
audience or something.
All right,
like
that
this.
wasn't clear to me by the House that Jack built reference.
We'll have to watch House of Jack built, please.
But
Backwards.
no.
Yeah, watch it backwards.
I thought the point you were gonna make was this is ultimately. Look, Nolan's at work. He's playing us like goddamn chess pieces. Like this motherfucker. Because this very situation, this very like discursive, problem we're having with this film, this unbroachable quality that the film presents itself as, the paradox that is Tenet, is the point. Is Nolan, is art.
Christopher
I
Nolan
don't know.
wins.
I think that there could be something.
Well,
No,
like,
for sure.
that's his
this
attempt,
is
you know?
this is yeah, I don't know. This is
Which means that the ways in which it falls short that we're describing and getting like upset. I don't actually think this. Okay, first off, the movie really does fall short because it doesn't. Okay, whatever. But the very fact that we are annoyed with certain aspects about it means that it's done its job, you know?
Well, yeah, I think what I see as the core problem is I believe in the Nolan awareness and attitude of it shouldn't be understood, it should be felt, and made a particularly sophisticated and, quite frankly, illogical, ununderstandable film as like maybe some type of trap, or that if you try and follow the concept, you will be faced with the fact that it doesn't make any sense. And like you will be like faced with your desire for it to make sense or whatever. The problem is there's nothing to feel. Like, what does he want me to pay attention to instead?
Yeah.
Like why not just make the feel
yeah.
film? He should be making Notebook 6.
That was his try with Interstellar.
And, I think,
with this whole love.
The Interstellar thing just didn't work.
Yeah, I mean,
he should just be making something that isn't, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and this is the thing is like House of Jack Bill has the ending. Yeah, and it has feeling.
It has everything.
It has everything. But
film.
listen, okay. Anyways, but yeah, in Tenet, this is the thing is that I think that it may be a combination of this point that he's trying to make, as well as, and I this is my first thought about the whole that comment that she makes or whatever about feeling and whatnot, is that it was the same kind of comment that's made in Looper when this guy sits down with himself at a diner and he's asking him questions and he's like, shut up, stop thinking about it, and like the whole point is that it's like maybe he just wanted an excuse to do some crazy action set pieces and didn't want to have to worry about it making sense. So I mean, I don't know, it's all an excuse for cool action set pieces, you know, to have somebody fight themselves backwards and to like do it and do the effects, because that seems to be one of like Nolan's seeming driving things is this whole like practical effects idea and shooting on film and making crazy cool physical set pieces, you know? And like I feel like while the meta commentary might be, I mean, seems to be sound, and like, I mean, the idea that he's making it and intending it seems to be sound. I think that it is also definitely him just making an excuse to make cool action set pieces.
I totally think it's that. I think it's both, and I think it can easily be both. And I think, you know, ultimately, why is he making a movie? And you ask him, like, his answer obviously wouldn't be the whole picture. You know,
make money.
Oh yes, and we have to reference capital. Of course, there's capital interest in this production of this medium, but no, I think you're totally right. It can be both this like meta thing that falls flat and an excuse to do these crazy action scenes,
which don't fall flat.
True. I mean, it was fun, and I do want to say, I actually stand by this. Nolan can only do action.
So true.
This guy really flops anytime he wants to create an intimate connection. Although,
no, well, what about The Prestige? How'd you think it?
No, did not. I'd have to watch it again. No, I never felt emotionally involved in that movie.
It's a bit. It's his best.
I think it's the best example of it, but it's still bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But that is kind of my point.
I'm agreeing.
If that's his best case and it's not good, that's super unfortunate.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Memento, but you know, people talk about that. Maybe that one can be a little more emotional. I don't know, but like,
it's not.
This guy just does action, man.
He just does it
well. I mean, dude, like The Dark Knight to me is like the coolest.
And reveals.
Because it's just like
doing reveals.
Because it's just like, you know, you got Heath Ledger in it. You know, there's some cool action scenes and.
Yeah, Batman's the perfect place for him. Superhero movies are the perfect place.
Yeah, because
this is my favorite Nolan.
Yeah, because the emotional like content of like the relationships doesn't need to be very. I mean, it's supposed to be like everything is caricature, you know.
Well, and it's material written for him. He didn't write it.
Yeah, well, I was just about to say, like, there's something that, like, he can even be. It's even good because he can be constrained a little bit. Like, he can't do this whole like backwards time nonsense. Yeah, he can Batman. Like, that's not part of the story.
He can just focus on flipping a semi in real life.
Yeah, exactly.
He can finally focus on what's important.
Flipping a semi.
Flipping a semi and shooting on IMAX.
This is my favorite.
Giving a
this is my least favorite Nolan.
like disc deterioration in his spine.
I do wonder. I'd like, you know,
I like a Nolan tier list. That is fun. Yeah.
Not tonight. Sorry, not tonight. But I'm interested in wondering how those things were filmed and how that was done.
Oh yeah, totally.
Do you think the actors that were training on the inverse ship, you know, or like that were inverted and they were on the ship, you think that Nolan was just like, yeah, just jiggle a little bit more, just like breathe a little harder.
I would just imagine they're actually just doing stuff normal.
No, the way they fight, they go like.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You think,
like
yeah,
they,
so you
they
think
did the reverse. You can tell it's reversed.
You think
or
they
like
are
reversed.
acting? You think they're acting in reverse, not in forward and then played in reverse? Because like they're obviously
certainly
certain
they're
things-
acting in reverse. It's not.
But
footage that was shot forward and played
there's
in
lots of
reverse.
stuff that's shot forward and then shown in reverse.
Some things,
I
yes,
mean,
but
like,
not this case.
Depending on the scene, there's a lot of comping going on, especially in like the last battle scene. There's places where a whole group of people is running backwards and not backwards. And I'll say that stuff, the stitching of shots together is really impressive, like, for that. But there's definitely scenes where people are doing stuff backwards, like pretending to do stuff backwards. Okay, one thing
Won an
though.
Oscar for special effects.
One thing.
did?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, cool.
While we're on that topic,
Good.
though, did you guys notice how obvious the building that explodes and then doesn't explode? You know, did you notice how
that
obvious
scene
it was a
got me tripping.
miniature?
Yeah, I know.
It's like
No, I didn't
wobbling.
notice.
The
Same thing with
cement.
the plane.
Yeah, the cement.
The plane was sorry.
the big plane.
Yeah.
It's real.
No.
Yeah, it is.
Because-
He did it with the plane.
No, because I saw it and it looked like a miniature to me.
You can read read an article about how he actually did that with a big plane.
Dude,
I
I'm
didn't
actually,
know.
I'm
I
actually,
didn't know.
I didn't know what John was saying about the tower being obviously miniature, but I did think when they were doing this final assault on this town, I thought to myself, what a contrived town. This
It's
town
literally a
looks like
COD
it was
map.
built for this. This town looks like a little like miniature town.
Dude,
It's
it
all
looks like
made
something that
for
you see. It
this,
looks like
you
something
know?
you see in Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
Like
God, it
in
looks
fucking
even
Call of
more
Duty.
manufactured than that, dude. It looks like
Yeah.
it literally looks like an art project, like some sort of, I don't know. Yeah, it did not look like an abandoned town or like an ancient town or anything like that. It just looked made, you know. It looked like a paintball.
yeah.
It looked like a paintball course.
The building, but yeah, the building when it blows, like the cement like wobbles out and it looks like what it is, which is like plaster and wood or something like that, and is only 5 feet tall. Like it's
I didn't
pretty.
notice.
I mean, I don't know if other people didn't notice. Maybe it's okay that it's like
That's so funny. So what do? They just put a little firecracker in it,
yeah.
Yeah.
and then they just. That's
Dude,
so
have you ever
funny.
watched like YouTube videos of like miniatures?
it's
Dude,
awesome.
some
No,
of
that
it's
sounds
so
so fun.
sick.
Okay,
Like,
fine. So first of all, this movie ultimately is good because while filming in Mumbai, they rescued someone who was trying to commit suicide. The crew
Oh.
did.
Whoa.
So
That's super fun.
good thing they made this movie. Also,
Yeah.
quote, instead of using miniatures and visual effects for the plane crash sequence, Nolan determined that purchasing a Boeing 747 proved more cost effective.
Oh my, no way.
And the thing is that's almost certainly true. And it's just so funny, these movies. This isn't quite like Avengers tier and stuff like this, but the budget, the budget is still more than most countries' GDP, or something like that.
Yeah.
It was 205 million to make
How much
this.
did it gross? Do you know?
According to IMDb, and it
According-
grossed worldwide according to IMDb 366 million.
Yeah, Wikipedia says essentially the same thing. Okay, for the viewers at home, John has just started.
Yeah,
He's
he just
showing us the
started
shot of the
watching.
building. He really
We're now
wants us
watching the
to see
clip
this
where the
miniature.
building gets exploded and then
Okay,
re-exploded.
watch
or
the
something.
top of it. Watch the
Dude,
top
I
of
bet
the
this
building.
is real.
Okay, we're gonna watch the top of the. I'm trying to narrate here.
Okay, yeah, it's a miniature.
Yeah, no, that's. Yeah.
And then also
And
you
the
can also
pieces
see the
flying
pieces
out
that flying
are
towards the
real.
camera are clearly CGI.
Yeah.
yeah,
like-
you're right.
Like if this won an Oscar for special effects, it better
Oh,
have
I
not
for-
been for this shot.
I forgot to
Right.
wear my 3D glasses for this scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true.
All right, we gotta wrap this up. I got a schedule I gotta keep.
1 out
We're
of
recording
10.
this at 4
Movie
a.m.
made only for Nolan and as few of his colleagues.
Okay.
Yeah, Nolan's showing this to his homies.
He said,
"Yo,
he
check this
said,
shit
he
out."
said-
Yo,
he
check
said,
out what I
have
made
written-
over the
$1 million
weekend.
home
says,
video.
I have never written a movie review. However, this masterpiece was so horrible, which is a pretty funny thing to say.
Yeah.
I had
Does he
to
put
write one.
masterpiece in quotes? Does he like
No.
this master? Okay, that's even funnier.
Seemed like movie was made only for Nolan and a few of his friends. There was a complete disregard for even
A
the
few of
intelligent.
his friends.
There was a complete disregard even for intelligent audience.
Okay.
All right, we can now wrap it up.
All right. I don't even know how to score this thing given.
I don't even really want to score it.
Do we? Well,
we
I don't
gotta
know.
score it.
It
We
seems.
gotta-
Yeah.
we
It seems.
gotta.
It seems kind of jerky to not score.
No, yeah, okay.
But at the
fine.
same time, like I don't know how to possibly compare it to Piano Teacher.
No, you don't
Jack
compare it to
Hill.
Piano Teacher. You just score it, dude. Think, don't
Yeah, dude,
the
feel
feel,
it.
don't think.
Feeling it? Oh, you're
Listen to
so
the film.
right. Have I learned nothing?
Yeah, you've clearly
All right,
learned
all right.
nothing.
All right. Well, John, you're first on the list. So.
Oh, okay, cool. Somebody else go. No, I'm just kidding. This is we're gonna give this. Look, I enjoyed this film. Thought it was fun. I prefer Inception when it comes to mind-bending, cool set pieces. So,
True.
I mean, I don't know if we're gonna. Maybe I'll set my score based on within Christopher Nolan's work or something like that.
Christosphere.
Nah, just kidding. It's gonna be some kind of amalgamation of a few things. But yeah, overall, I find the movie fun to watch. The action set pieces, the drama sucks. I'll give it a 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Steven.
It's mine. I think, John, you kind of threw me there. That's really low.
Oh, really?
I was not gonna give it a good score, but I was gonna give it more than that. Now I'm thinking, Jesus, maybe I want to lower it a little. I'm still gonna give it more, than
Yeah.
you, because I'm better than you.
Yeah, because you got
Because you got the
film.
movie more.
Yeah.
Because I got the
Yeah.
movie at least more than John.
Yeah.
At least.
Minimum.
I think I'm gonna get the fucking give it a 2.7.
All right.
2.7.
Look, 2 maybe
I
too
said
low.
it before. And I'll say it again. Empty? Yes. Vacuous? Of course. Really fun? Yes. This movie is awesome.
Awesome.
I'm giving this
Awesomest
movie.
movie ever.
Now, obviously,
Most
this I'm comparing this score. You think about, well, what am I comparing it to? What does this score mean? I'm comparing it to itself. Okay, so this is within the universe of just Tenet.
Comparing it to
This,
itself.
Okay,
this
this
film.
This film is going to get
Context.
this number, and this number is on a scale that is it's in the comparison
From
to no
Tenet to
other
Tenet.
film. Yeah, it's Tenet to Tenet, 1-to-1, injective, surjective, all that stuff. I'm giving it a 3.8.
No.
Oh,
Okay, all right, yeah, okay.
Get
This
out
is
of
my-
here.
this is
you
my
just went
favorite
the other
Nolan.
way with it. I get what? This is your favorite Nolan?
I've said it like 4 times now.
you serious?
This is my favorite Nolan. This
You
was.
like
I
this-
thought it was a lot of fun.
You liked it more than
I thought it was a lot of fun,
Inception?
and I really found this whole. I'm not going to justify myself in any way, but the
What?
CIA thing.
Troy loves
that
the
I'm-
CIA, and
The CIA thing that I but mentioned in the beginning and mentioning now. It's like there's something cozy about it. There's something I like about the CIA in instrumentalism world and stuff like this, and like the disappointing reality. Like, I found it cozy. I found the film fun, and you know what? I was gonna give it a 3.7, but I'm gonna boost it for my boy Robbie. I love Robert. He's my main man. It's on the record.
All right, dude. Well,
But I really did like it. I had fun. I felt it.
I am the big loser this episode.
Uh-oh.
I officially understood the movie the least.
Whoa, no, don't tell
Yeah, I'm
me.
giving.
no,
Yeah,
don't out yourself.
I'm giving it a 1.9.
Oh
like-
my god.
like, dude,
That's
like-
so sad.
Dude, it was my least favorite Nolan, and like it was goofy, but it kind of just sucked, but in a
Yeah.
funny way.
True.
Like, you know, I don't have to justify the score really.
Yeah, this is the thing is that
so much stuff happens.
dude, Robert Pattinson.
It's a lot of stuff.
Look,
Seriously,
every
there's
time
a lot of fun stuff.
Every
It's
time
fun.
a thing happens, my score goes up.
No, dude, unironically,
Dude, the more things
with a
happen, the
movie
better the
like-
score.
With a movie like this, what more could you ask for than for a lot of things to happen?
Okay, yeah, no, I
want-
agree.
want-
For me to
more
make it a
than
little
like,
bit more sense.
cool.
I want to make it a little bit more
Dude,
sense.
I just
man,
look.
you-
If the
you
characters,
haven't- you
listen,
haven't.
listen. If the drama sucked, as bad as it does, but the characters were at least. Actually, just doesn't make much sense because if the characters were at least a little bit cooler, I don't know. If they were like more like campy cool, you know, like they weren't even
Oh, I
like.
hate that. I hate that stuff.
dude. Honestly,
What?
not even
I mean,
enough
like,
I
action.
hate campiness.
Like,
There
dude,
wasn't. There wasn't.
dude,
enough action.
honestly, dude, there wasn't enough
Yeah.
epic reverse fighting.
No,
like,
yeah, there
if
wasn't any-
anything, it could have just been.
Troy, you
that could've
hate
been the whole movie.
campiness. Like, what do you think
I don't
about
like
like James
campiness.
Bond movies?
I don't like them. See,
At
That's
all?
I hated that this couldn't even do that.
No,
Yeah.
Every
'cause I
time
think
it was
this is-
trying
no,
to
it's
be that,
distinct.
it was
it's not.
cringe.
It's not trying
Yes,
to
it
be
is.
James
Stop.
Bond.
It is when he says one-liners to
Yeah,
Michael
when he
Caine
does
and it comes
suave.
off turbo cringe.
Okay.
Or when he's at the dining table and the dialogue sucks and he's trying to be suave.
Okay,
He's like,
look.
but you know,
The suaveness is
it's, you know,
100%
like,
trying to be James Bond, and it sucks.
He's trying
And
to
with
be
James Bond,
suave.
you know it's kind of cool when Daniel Craig is like, yeah, with the whatever. I don't know, you know.
But I don't give a damn, or like,
Yeah. Yeah.
put another one on the table for me. You know, he's just
Yeah, dude, it's
sublime,
crazy.
you know,
It's
just-
crazy that you find the supposedly
day.
accurate representation of how the CIA works more cozy than James Bond.
Yeah, that's good.
Listen.
That's interesting.
All I have to say is, who can know the mind of God? Who can know the mind of Christopher Nolan? Clearly, only me.
God.
Yeah, clearly
And-
we figured
I
out
can't-
eight
look, I need
different
to emphasize
ways.
that my score is
that-
just Tenet to Tenet. Okay.
And
Obviously, this movie is like a big pooper, and like I would
And a
never
waste
want
of
to watch it.
$207 million.
But a movie being like, so I was initially thinking 2.9 until John gave out that radical 2.0 take, and then Brody comes in with the 1.9. I was like, whoa. But like, that doesn't mean it's not enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
Was it
And
worth
I'm not
$200
saying
enjoyed it.
million?
the other three
It's
aren't
fine.
enjoyable. Like, you know, like I enjoyed many of the things that you enjoyed. I think we all at times enjoyed the same things, except for this like plausible
this is the
realism
most
of CIA. I
controversial
don't really know
movie.
about that.
This is the
But,
most
like-
controversial movie in cinematographilogically
But-
speaking.
But yeah, lots of fun, awesome moments. But yeah, man, this drama, it wasn't even passable. The drama wasn't even passable. It was bad. If it was like passable, you know, like a typical Nolan tier, it would be a much higher score because I wouldn't have been bored and annoyed during those
Yeah.
scenes. Yeah, I loved the moments when he says something like, "What about free will?" That was awesome. That boosts
yeah.
the score to me. I
Yeah.
like
Oh
that
my
because it's
gosh.
Nolan. I like those moments. I like the action because that's all Nolan can do. But like, yeah, like the drama
What
arc
about
was
free will?
terrible.
What about
That was
free will?
awesome.
That was so
that was so
ridiculous.
funny.
Wait, what part?
When he says what
When
about
he says,
free
"What
will?"
about
like
free
there's
will?
like this
Oh,
like
yeah,
10-second
yeah.
sequence of like 3 different insane
Parallel
important
universes.
questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Parallel universes. Don't worry about it.
What
Shot
about-
the gun,
Just-
didn't you?
Doesn't it mean we already won? Maybe.
Yeah, and then like in like 2 sentences before that, they just
Yeah,
dropped
optimistically,
World
yes.
War III nuclear holocaust like within
Yeah.
like 4
Yeah.
words. What about
All
free
right.
will?
All right.
Yeah, but remember, everybody, it's not faith, it's reality.
It's not real. It's
It's science.
It's
climate
provable.
change. You guys
It's
should all be in the
climate change.
streets marching while you listen to this podcast.
True.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, if you saw Tenet, you wouldn't be listening to this podcast.
Yeah.
I think it'd be good if we concluded with like a thank you, Chris, or something like that.
Thank you, Chris. Even we really hope you can solve your problem where you don't
Yeah.
you have a panic attack every time you look in a mirror because you can't figure it out.
Chris, I'm gonna send you an article about mirrors.
Dude, what? Dude, no, it's because
Chris.
he knows that the
Yeah,
he
what
knows
do you
every
wanna
time
say
he
to
looks into
Chris?
a every time he looks in the mirror, he knows there's actually another universe in there.
Yeah,
He
that's
can't,
what we
his
don't get.
brain is trying to understand the possibility.
Look, Tenet is his
Chris.
explanation of mirrors actually.
All right, Chris is listening. What do you have to say?
Chris, I am open, you know, I will take any writing job. You just need a you're a mastermind when it comes to, you know, I guess they like you a lot for something, for
Flipping
action and
semis.
stuff. Just you know, hire me. I'll write you something good, and you can cook it up, and it'll be great. We'll collaborate.
Dude,
Okay, yeah, listen, Christopher Nolan. Look, we don't not like your movies. We like your movies. They're pretty cool. Are they worth $200 million? I don't know.
Is a life worth 200 mil? They saved a life, bro. You gotta remember that part.
Oh
True.
my,
On
yeah.
set, true, yeah.
So shut up.
So shut up, dude. You literally, you cannot think that
It's a psyop.
this movie.
It's a psyop. He wasn't.
Yeah, that was literally fake. That was so that they could justify spending $200 million because then they'd just be like, "Ooh, I'm a freshman philosophy student. Let me is a life worth $200 million?"
On the Wikipedia, it says the budget was $200 million, and then in parentheses, 7,000 semi trucks.
Wait, really?
Look, keep
I thought that would be an
flipping,
Easter egg. Someone found
keep flipping semi trucks, and shooting it on IMAX. Do what you do. If they're gonna give you money,
Yeah, we love you.
Yeah.
We love you,
don't
Mr.
give it
Nolan.
to people
Chris,
who want to make
don't-
money.
don't
It was,
stop.
it was
I
the
wish I
budget
were
of this
you.
movie. The budget of this movie was $200 million, and then in parentheses, the life of one person.
Yeah, at the end of the day, Chris, I wish I were you, man.
Yeah, I wish I was making movies like you.
I wish I
No,
was-
I mean,
I
I wish I literally was. Like, I'd swap lives.
No, I don't think he looks that good.
Isn't he an
I
Aussie?
think, Chris, you're
Dude,
kind of ugly.
No, but
Is he
he's
an
always
Aussie?
wearing a suit though.
He has
Like,
he's kind of a baby face.
He has
kind
a
of a baby
stupid
face.
accent, baby face. Does he have an accent, right?
dude, he's
Whoa,
one.
whoa,
He
dude,
be wearing
whoa.
it. He be wearing
He's
it.
just British. Dude.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
Christopher Nolan.
I'm Christopher.
Look,
I need to flip the
he's
semi
wearing-
before I wake up. Have a cup of Joe, flip the semi. Don't talk to me until I flip the semi.
So I have my flip up.
Look, he's
Till I have my flip up.
Alright, we gotta go.
All
Look,
right.
Oh man, never mind. I'll say something else.
Sorry,
Alright.
sorry, John. Sorry, John.
No, I was gonna say it's
John,
forever
go ahead,
ago.
Say a joke,
John,
say a
go
joke.
ahead. Say the joke.
This will be the last
All
thing.
right,
I'm still laughing. I'm having
Look,
fun.
this isn't a joke. I just wanted to say this earlier. I was just to be like,
Reality alert.
goddamn, I love all the suits they're wearing, man. Like what? It's Robertson Pattinson. Robertson Pattinson.
Robert
Oh,
Sir.
Robert Sir
Robert Sir
Pattinson.
Pattinson. The
It's
suit
true,
really
though.
does.
Rob-
The suit really makes him look like that.
Dude,
huh?
Rob
Right.
Pat.
You're right that the
Rob,
suits look
the suit
badass.
makes him look
You're-
like. No,
Right,
Rob.
The suits are badass. That's true.
Yeah, Rob's got this
Yeah,
one like gray
yeah,
suit
it's not
right
James
before they.
Bond. Everyone in the
Dude.
CIA wears these cool suits everywhere they go.
Yeah, right.
No,
When-
they wear appropriate clothing to the mission. To the
Oh yeah, even
operation.
when they're off duty and talking on some like rooftop for some reason because it looks cool. Listen, right before they go into
That's
the
true.
right before they go into the airport and they're talking about it, he's wearing this like gray thing. I don't know, it looks sick. I wanna
Yeah.
look pretty dope. It's what
Alright.
billionaires wear, apparently.
Okay.
On that
All
note.
right.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.